Hello, and welcome back to your one and only source. We're your hosts.
My name is Phoebe.
My name's Caroline. Why do you laugh?
Because you got into your voiceover voice.
Well, that was on purpose.
Well, you
That
just
was on
don't normally
purpose.
you don't normally do that.
Great. Want me to do it again?
No.
Hello. Hello. I mean, I could try different things. Anyway, we are recapping. Today, we are going to be recapping Gossip Girl Season 1, Episode 16.
Well, we just went over this. I know the name of it now.
We just went over it. Okay, I think it's 16 because last week was 15. So Gossip Girl
Well,
Season 1, Episode 15, 16,
That is
called...
typically, 16, All About My Brother. It aired on May 5th, 2008.
May the 5th be with you. Cinco de Mayo.
You know what I call Mimi's birthday? Because her birthday is the 2nd of May. I call
Tell
it
me.
Mimi de Mayo.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Except for the people that you probably just offended. That's so good. I will say, when you sent me the photo of the glow prom that you were setting up at the tavern, I, for some reason, thought that was Mimi's birthday party, and that they had agreed to let you literally put glow paint, transform the entire I was like, how much are they? I know Mimi loves her birthday, but what's the bill looking like for something like this?
The concept of Mimi wanting her birthday at the tavern.
I was like, has Mimi even been there?
She has.
I know she has.
It's not her. It's not her.
I've been there with her, but
it's not her go-to.
No, it doesn't seem like it would be.
I do that is really funny. But imagine if that was just for us.
Oh, it's Mimi's birthday.
No, but I was
like, maybe she's literally the queen of Nashville. So I don't know.
But it looked really good. We did a really good job.
Great. Looked great. Well, let's just get right into it. This is a crazy freaking app.
It is. You know what, guys? I know, okay, everybody. Obviously, these storylines are supposed to be weird, but since I was a little kid, I've always been so uncomfortable by storylines. Maybe it's because I don't like lying, but I've always been so uncomfortable by storylines that are someone pretending to be someone. It's always creeped me out really badly. Watching
it creates a big sense of discomfort and anxiety because at some point they'll be found out.
And it's not even that. I think with Georgina in this episode specifically, her acting so nice really gives me the creeps.
It gives me the chills
and freaks me out, and I don't like it. There have been other Disney shows I feel where that would happen, and as a kid I also always hated when a cousin would come and it would be it would be the same actor as one of the other characters. Montana. And then they were really weird. I hated storylines like that. Creeps the fuck out of me.
I'm learning so much about you.
I guess.
And it's funny because as twins, we could literally pull this off. We could do a whole swap if we wanted. I could lock you in a closet and walk around and be like, hey, I'm Phoebe. Hi, how are you? I could do that tomorrow. And everyone would believe it. I'll just take off my winged eyeliner and they'll be like, that's Phoebe. Because you know what? My phone does that, by the way. My phone cannot tell us apart. My phone literally has all these pictures. It has a picture of you as a little kid in a fedora that it believes to be me. And I can't tell that it's wrong because when I click on it, there are hundreds of photos of me in there and of you. And I'm I would have to sort through each one of these photos and explain to it, well, no, that's not me. That's my kid sis. It's my freaking kid sis.
My twin.
You can tell from the fedora. It's my twin. But yeah, it's actually uncanny. And then when I go into a photo of myself, there you are. Okay, I'm looking for pictures of moi. Okay.
Well, just quickly, speaking of pictures, did you see the picture that I sent of Jenny the dog today in the family group chat?
Yes, it's if Drama had a Brazilian blowout.
Yeah, it's Drama's sister, low-key.
Drama with the keratin treatment.
She is so fucking cute, guys. She's looking up at the camera, panting. It is the cutest picture ever.
You know what they say about doodles, that they have human being eyes, and it's just like a man zipped up in a
Yeah.
suit.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's
Not
true.
Jenny. Not my sweet Jenny.
Not Jenny. You don't think there's a woman in
Jenny
there?
is dog through and through.
Okay. Sometimes our Aunt Beth sees
Now
a picture
Drama
of
and
Chuck and is like,
Chuck.
that's a human being.
Drama
And
and
I'm like,
Chuck. Drama
by the way,
gives
Chuck
Boss
asked
Baby.
me if he's old enough to wear jeans now. He was like,
No.
Mama, I was wondering, do you think that maybe now I'm old enough to try some jeans? And I was like, Chuck, I don't want to put you through that, baby. I just don't. I don't know. And he goes, well, I thought it would look really sharp with my shirt tucked in, button down, and maybe my bow tie collar. I was like, okay. And he also wants to try parting his hair on the side. And John was like, no. Drama's actually like not talking to me right now because he just found out that Wizard of Oz closed and he officially didn't go on for Toto. So, but I
Well, and
do
he's
need
also
to get Chuck
probably-
and Annie somewhere.
Yeah. Well, either of them could do Annie, I think.
But how cute would Chuck be as Sandy?
It's true.
And he would easily be trained, I think.
I think you're right.
Okay, so anyway, Phoebe hates the storylines like this. I don't hate them, but they do cause me discomfort because in my body, I'm like, oh my God, at some point, the jig is up, you know? And when that day comes, I don't want to be anywhere near here because I will feel it in my body.
What's the thing about this storyline that's interesting as opposed to other versions of this storyline is that Georgina doesn't care about that. Like she's not worried about like it. The whole point of her doing this is so Serena sees her and like catches her. Whereas in other storylines, it's like they don't want to run into the people that they know.
It's like Georgina's a true sociopath, like down to her core, because she actually is like putting herself in the line of danger, but she just like she doesn't
see it as
care.
danger.
And she's like, I'm gonna win because I've got the
danger is the
ultimate
point also.
blackmail. But you know what else is crazy, Phoebe? That I thought about for the first time ever while watching this episode. Dan Humphrey knows exactly who fucking Georgina Sparks is.
Yeah.
He's Gossip
It's really
Girl.
strange. It's really I don't understand.
So if I understand that they didn't know who they were going to make Gossip Girl, but living in the world that they did, how fucking sinister that Dan Humphrey would go along. And it's also like, does he go along with it because he is like a bad guy, or does he go along with it to protect his own identity and he like feels conflicted about it? But he can't feel that conflicted because he is a fucking psychopath.
I think in his it's interesting because it is like, who is Dan as Gossip Girl? Is it more sinister? Is it like an anthropological
if we look
thing
at
that
this,
he thinks he's like he's on a high horse about it in a way where he's like, no, but what I'm doing, like I'm exposing this life rather than like kind of a Demois style just like gossip blog. I feel like he thinks it's more highbrow.
Maybe.
Like, I mean, because it ends up leading to the book. You know what I mean? Like, I think he, in his brain and his rationale, he's not doing it because he's like his classmates who like love the gossip. He's doing it as like to make fun of them almost.
Yeah. So then
with
it's like
with Georgina, then is it like maybe he is earnestly trying to protect his conceal his identity as Gossip Girl, but then also get as much out of this relationship as he can for Gossip Girl. But then it's like, at what point with that information does he jeopardize
Serena? Like literally, it's just like so crazy to like look at it through that lens of knowing. And when I realized that like she introduces herself as Sarah, and I'm like, oh, this storyline, and then I'm like, wait a fucking second.
Do you think there's any world? I don't know that I really believe this, but I'm just thinking, do you think there's any world where he didn't initially recognize her? Was he like, oh, it's crazy, she looks like Georgina?
Maybe, but it just does seem like.
But he knows Georgina's in town. Like, so maybe Georgina, it's not like hasn't been being spoken about, so you would be like, well, it's crazy, she like looks just like her. But
well, does he know Georgina's in town?
I feel like
I think they're really trying to keep this from him. He has no idea Georgina is a person.
Okay. Well, then maybe he. But
Allegedly.
eventually, I think you would have been like, this
Well,
has to be her.
I do feel like also she's got to be someone who, like, especially if she was best friends with Serena and they were getting into all sorts of trouble, like, it's like if we're gonna say Perez Hilton, like, wouldn't know it was Nikki Hilton,
That's
you
true.
know? And, like, so even though it's not like the Serena who, like, everybody would know, it seems unlikely that he wouldn't know, like, her posse from that time when he was, like, fucking watching her and in love with her allegedly. It's just so interesting to, like, think about, and when I realize that, like, I'm like, this becomes a horror show. This becomes
For
American
real.
Horror Story
He's no,
when we
it
know
just
this.
becomes You, the prequel.
It literally and it's like, unfortunately, we do have You, so it's very easy for our brains to just take
Yeah.
it there, like, because it's essentially the same. But anywho, we open up this episode with what I'm gonna affectionately call the Battle of the Minions, because we've got Team J and Team B walking up the steps at the Met, for breakfast, and Jenny and Blair notably sitting on the same level, and I am just like, Jenny I Jenny honestly has a little bit of what Georgina has, where she's just, like, unafraid of, she there's no risk she's not going to take, and she continues to show us that, but
Which
it's
I
like,
just
damn,
Jenny was the hardest watch of the whole
I agree, and it
episode.
only gets harder, like, oh my god.
I wish we had more time with sweet
With
little
cute,
Jay.
sweet Jenny, I know, because genuinely, like, I think has been a joy to watch on my screen
And now it's just like,
until
now you're like nasty. And
literally.
she's cutting dirty and deeper and like
Yes.
than Blair does. Like Blair
Yeah.
will cut deep and she plays dirty, but there's something so like I mean Blair is malicious, but you know what I mean? Like there's something I
Well,
think
it's very
because
Blair
Jenny is
mentored Jenny.
and Jenny has so much more to prove, not just in
Yeah,
terms of being younger, but also with all of the Brooklyn baggage.
right.
So,
Well, it's like
like,
she has to solidify her scariness, and when you have somebody as scary as Blair, you unfortunately have to be
well, it's like
scarier than
Alexander
them.
Hamilton, of course.
Well, of
When you're young,
course.
scrappy, and hungry,
Exactly,
you kind
exactly.
of have to really
You just kind
go
of have
for
to
it, and
pull your go for it.
you have to shoot off at the mouth, you know?
And I would say that's a perfect way to describe Jenny Humphrey, young, scrappy, and hungry, because well, she famously lost her lunch last episode as well, but it's also, like, interesting, though, it makes it nastier because there's a part of Blair that was like it was like a hazing ritual to Jenny,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Where, like, Jenny was still allowed into the world enough, Blair wasn't actually keeping her out of it until it got to a point where she felt she had to,
Mhm.
but Jenny has never had that she never showed any heart, you know what I mean? Where, like,
Yeah.
Blair, at the end of the day, she's being mean, but it's like she's still sort
Right.
of like this mentor figure to Jenny, but Jenny is the student who's now coming up and, so Blair has a dime, the coin, and throws it at Jenny, and she's like, "Here's a nice shiny dime for your collection." And then Jenny retorts and asks why the fruit cup lost your taste for yogurt. Oh god, I butchered it. And the thing is, let's all remember, Jenny literally had her and her army of minions, Team J, Team Jamboree, fling yo play on Blair's head. And Blair still went to school. So you know what? Give her some freaking slack. So they're all going to a party at Asher's house tonight, Asher being Jenny's new BF. And Blair's not invited because Jenny says it's actually closest friends only. And we meet Nelly Yuki we met her for the first time last episode, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Well, of
that was last
course.
episode.
Flo Rida.
Sorry. I'm getting them mixed up in my head because I was pulling the images from that episode today. So, like, I keep getting confused about the timeline. But so Nelly Yuki's like, oh, actually, Blair, you can have my invite. She wants nothing to do with Jenny Humphrey. She does not want to go. And I feel like Blair said this exact line to Jenny at one point, or to Serena, because Jenny's like, invitations are non-transferable.
Yeah, I
Did Blair
think
say that, like, exact thing?
it's not it wasn't quite that, but Jenny in like the first episode, Jenny offers to make Serena an invitation to
Right.
the Kiss on the Lips party, and Blair says something similar about how like, but it's not
Yeah.
transferable because that doesn't make sense with
I
what
know.
they're saying, but it's something like
But
that.
it's such a, like, I mean,
It's
this is
kind of
just
a
such a, like,
callback, yeah.
crazy tete-a-tete, if you will. Because Blair says, "Just because your name's on the invite doesn't make you a hostess." And I mean, I'll give it to her. She's quick. She's quick with it. She goes, "Oh, then why is the party planner calling me? Hi, Dad. It's fucking Rufus."
It is so funny, and this is a Taylor Momsen thing, like, the way she's able to go from having that demeanor to Blair and then going right back
Oh,
to,
yeah.
like, the embarrassed sophomore talking to her dad on the
Yes,
phone.
exactly. And she's just so, like, this moment actually gives me chills because is there any worse feeling than finding out that you, like, lied to your parents and they knew that you were lying?
You
That's
know the
actually exactly what happened to me when I
truth
told dad I
is
smoked pot in high school.
I know that this has happened in my life, but it was never about it was normally about, like, as a kid, like, whether I took the trash out or, like, if I cleaned my
Yeah.
room or if I brushed my teeth. But
Yeah.
I don't have
By the way, sick.
as a kid,
By the way, you're absolutely sick for being
as
16 years old and lying about brushing your teeth.
anyway, um, so I don't have the exact experience you're pulling from, like, that I think is more
I mean,
similar
that was
to
crazy.
what Jenny is going through, like, the kinds of lies that Jenny is telling, no offense,
Yeah.
were kind of more in your echelon.
No, that's completely true. And maybe that's why it literally sends full body chills down my body because
Full body
literally it's
chills
that
down my
feeling
body.
full body chills down my body. And that's not a joke. Down my body. I am just like thinking about this moment now, like how dad must have felt standing in my room as I'm like, "Hey dad, I just wanted to tell you that I smoked pot once." And he was
Dad
like,
probably felt like if you're playing chess with someone who's not as good at chess as you,
with an
and
absolute idiot.
you kind of like
You're playing chess with someone
you
who's never played chess.
you know if you make this move, it's gonna force them to make this move, and they're not gonna think about
Oh my god.
how that then puts them into a vulnerable position to be in checkmate. That's what Dad
Yeah.
was doing. He was
I
like,
mean,
"I'm gonna
literally.
move my pawn here, so you move this
He's like
here."
he's like, "Why are you
Okay, I
telling me
think
this?"
like someone stole all our towels, I guess, at the beach house is what Mom is saying. My mom's like that all of our towels are missing.
That is weird.
It's very weird.
Um, I'm just yeah, dad standing there. "Why are you telling me this now?" Because I feel bad about it." And he's standing there and he's like, "Just once?" I'm like, "Yeah, just once." Starts walking out, "Just one time." "Yep, just once." "All right." Shuts the door. Kicks it in.
Wait, I forgot about
"Your aunt told me everything." I'm like, "Oh my
the
god."
door, guys.
"Oh, really?"
This like is not a great story for Dad. It wasn't anything like bad. Honestly, we all laugh about it now. It is because also I think Dad thought that
He didn't
Dad didn't
know.
think that the door had like
Was all
latched,
the
so
way
he like
shut.
just went to go kick it open, like so it would just like glide open.
Yeah.
But the
Granted,
door
this
was
was probably
fully
the most
closed.
mad they'd ever been at me. So,
Yeah.
like, he just and also still he didn't want mom to hear is the other hilarious thing because I had to tell mom in the morning, the day before the first day of senior year, which was fun. And anyway, he didn't want her to hear. So I'm, but literally, like, kicks the door and the inside of the door just like makes this insane sound. And then it's like silent for a second. And he opens the door and he's like, I didn't know. That was all the way shut. But your aunt told me everything. I was like, oh my God. But like that moment of like, and same with like the Hillary Duff poster, that you know about that. The sign. Yes, you do, dude. Yes, you do.
Oh, you
When
bought
I was in like
it. You
third
bought it
grade or something, I
online.
went on mom's eBay account and I bid on a signed Hillary Duff picture.
How much
Like
did you pay?
$12. I don't know. I mean, it was like not
Oh, and
a
then
lot of money.
and then it showed up
And I
at the house, and you were like,
also
"What's
got her.
this?"
Well, back then on eBay, you could only bid on things. So I think I had like bid on them and not really like thought, I don't know if I didn't think that I would get I don't know what I thought was in 3rd grade, but I bid on that, and I also bid on a Blink-182 thing because I was like, "Oh, I'll give this to mom and dad." And so then I'm like, mom and dad picked me up from school, and they're like, "So, Goose, is there any chance that, like, you went on our eBay account and did this?" I'm like, "No." Like,
Wait,
no way. Like,
that's literally me getting, like, this didn't happen, but this would be similar to me getting in the car, mom being like, "Fee, have you been recording videos on my computer on Saturday mornings?"
they have, like, unequivocal evidence. And Phoebe's like, "No, that's not me. I don't know who that is, though." I'm freaked
But
out.
don't you think that backflip was really good?
1, they kinda look like me. Pretty, right? Number 2, really good backflip. Number 3, that I mean, I don't know, they
Weird.
said they're not, so I don't know who it is. I guess not.
They tell you in this video exactly who it is.
Yeah,
Can't
no,
help you.
I think wait, rewind. I think they just introduced themselves. But and mom and dad are like, I'm like, "No, I don't know." They're like, "'Cause, like, if we don't find out who did it, like, we're gonna have to call the police." And I'm like, "Damn." Like, I remember sitting in the back of the car at the stoplight on Beverly Road, mom and dad both in the car, unusual, to, like, have and I was like, "Yeah, but, I mean, I feel bad for whoever's going down, but yeah, no, I can't help you." Finally, they're like, "We know it was you, and as your punishment, and by the way, you won both of the items." And
You're in the back, you're like,
so they're on the way. So they're in the house. I just need to get them in the house. You don't have to give them to me. I'll find it. But then they're like, and as your punishment, you have to put the Hillary Duff autographed picture up for auction at the upcoming, like, tsunami relief dance at the elementary school. So I did, and then they were like, "And if you want it, you can buy tickets for the raffle with your own money, and you can try and win it back." So I put in so many tickets in there, and I didn't
and
win
you didn't
it.
win.
Oh, it's, like, poetic. But, yeah, so those are just 2 times that come to mind where
Right.
I definitely lied, and mom and dad the whole time knew I was lying. And so that's also what's happening here with Rufus and Jenny. Rufus is
'Cause Rufus
staring
is
at the computer.
he is staring at Jenny's computer. Her email is open to the invitation for the party later. And he's like, "So, what are we doing for dinner tonight?" A call that we would get from dad.
Yeah,
"So, what are we doing for
exactly.
if mom's out of town, mom's out of town. What are we doing for dinner tonight?"
Yeah, if it's not, "Where's mom?" It's, "What are we doing for dinner?" Anyway, so she's like, "Oh," he's like, "Yeah, what time should I make your favorite dinner?" She's like, "Oh, I remember I have that choir thing?" I'm like, "God, Jenny is very into the choir lately." I mean, the past couple episodes, she's just obsessed. And she was like, "You told me I could go, whatever." And, so he's like, "Okay." And they hang up. And then Jenny goes back and she's like, "Sorry, like, big floral emergency." And she tells Penelope that the entire Unity lacrosse team just RSVP'd, which is like a major get. Penelope is all in on this. And then, as if on cue, Asher, Jenny's beau, shows up and all the
Asher,
girls
who
run over.
is, sorry, not cute.
Not doing it for me.
No, not
Not
cute.
doing it for me. And maybe, you know what? Like, and it's not just that I know he's gay. Because
Well, no,
actually, that would do it for me more. That used to kind of be my
gay
whole
men
thing.
are so much more attractive.
I know, it's true. But also, I feel like this hairstyle was, like, the style of the time,
He
but he's
has,
just, like,
the He-Man facial structure.
I don't really know if I can picture He-Man.
Like, super blocky in the
Yeah,
you know
and
what
just,
I
like,
mean?
not, like, I don't know, like, there's just no wow factor to this guy, quite frankly. Sorry, but they're
Not in
funny
the way,
talking
especially
about
not in the
it.
way that Jenny is trying to make us believe that there is.
No. No. Blair goes, "How did little Jenny Humphrey become the next Brooke Astor?" And I think it's Isabella says the same way they all do. And Nellie goes, "Marry up," which I just kind of love. So we
And
go to
so
our favorite siblings.
Serena and Eric are walking to school, and Eric, once they leave, Eric is like, "Okay, gotta go."
What? That was what an incredible description of that scene. Eric and Serena are walking to school, and when they leave, Eric's like, "Gotta go." Right, so
He does.
whatever that means.
He leaves Serena. He leaves Serena because he has something to go do.
They do talk about this ridiculous rumor, though, that Eric was Gossip Girl.
Right, which is and wait, they had to fill 15 seconds, I guess, to get to the next commercial break because Blake Lively for like 10 seconds is like, "No, it made sense. It made sense."
Dude, I literally, as I was watching it, thought the exact same thing. I literally had the exact thought, so it's obvious. Or are both incredible actors. Maybe it's both. But no, I thought, but also, let's imagine a world. I'm going to get dark here for a second, but the show is dark. Eric is being accused of being a gossip girl. That's what makes him so depressed. Serena leaves. She's not there for him. That's why he has to go to the Ostroff Center, and Dan's behind all of that.
Whoa.
I mean, just add it to the tally mark of things I want to put him to death for.
Man,
sorry, I watched Summer House not too long ago, and so I'm just feeling like a lot
kind of in a man-hating mood
towards men who are like, I'm just one of the nice guys, and they're actually not.
Guys, Patreon's gonna go hard this month.
Why do nice guys finish last? Because they're not nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. Because the real nice guys won't finish last, bitch. Anyway, Chuck calls Serena to check on her, and I was like waiting for the ulterior motive. Like I was waiting for whatever. There's not one. He's literally just checking on her.
He's literally, and Serena's like
and
pretty
he's on
nice.
his dad's bachelor party in Monte Carlo.
When she answers the phone, she's also in a pretty good mood too. She says like one thing where she's like, Georgina's out of my life, now I just have to get you out of my life.
But it's like playful and fun. Yeah.
It's like an interesting dynamic.
Really, I'm really actually enjoying their brother-sister moment, and I'm only gonna enjoy it more next episode, like because he comes in truly like Olivia Pope. This next scene is so insanely Aria Montgomery coded, it's crazy. Georgina.
Honestly, we could, if we wanted Sarah to be a real character, we could just put Aria in there.
Well, I was actually talking about Vanessa, but they're both. I mean, it'd be like we'd have to just have a mirror, and
also,
then we'll just point the
Dan,
camera and look like they're both there.
You are like, you're gonna be mad at Serena later for being, and like you're not even gonna know the real reason why she's upset. But even if that reason didn't exist, you're spending your whole day, like your whole multiple days. I know she's busy, but like hanging out with these two girls all day, and then you're like confused.
I feel the exact same
why
way.
Why Serena's upset with you.
Yeah,
and you actually throw in her face the idea that she could be jealous. And it's like, well,
he like loves it.
even if I'm not jealous of you in the sense of like I think you're gonna cheat on me, I am jealous that you're spending all this time with a girl that you just met. I don't really care about Vanessa anymore, but like this Sarah girl,
I probably still would actually.
And then you're raving about her all the time.
I know, as much as, and also like, don't lie, Dan, you're flirting. Like I watched your meet cute in Central Park, you were flirting. So
immediately,
I don't know. It's like it's almost like, is Dan, again, I'm so in this world where he's gossip girl and we know that, but like him knowing it's Georgina and being like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to play into this because Serena's lying to me and I know what she's lying about. And so like, I don't know, but I would be going crazy. And quite frankly, even though Serena claims to be cool about Vanessa, I don't buy it. Like no one's that
cool.
She
shouldn't be.
But you know, Dan's just like, oh, Serena, I thought you understood when we got together that I'm a little bit different and I get along really good with girls. It's just other guys are intimidated by me.
I make women feel really safe.
So yes. I don't know. Vanessa has always been like, you're like a non-threatening, like male ally. You're one of the good ones. Like she always says that about me. So, I mean, I don't take her word for it.
And as he's having this conversation, he's putting his jacket on and he's like, but I have to go because the Women's March, it starts soon. So
he takes out his pink hat.
his pussy hat.
They're like, that's a really old hat. He's like, oh no, I love it. I just wear it. I want to make sure everyone knows where I stand.
He's wearing
it on the subway.
He's wearing a graphic tee that says "I'm with her" that has like holes in the collar. Like it's clearly like a decade old. It's like, yeah, I got this for free when I phone banked for her. It just really would be great to have a woman running things around here.
Call me crazy, but yes, I am a straight white man who wishes a woman was in charge. Yeah. Anyway, so Georgina's reading a book about New York, at Vanessa's coffee shop, and Vanessa
Vanessa's
goes,
like, hey, girl.
she goes, read about it all you want. You have to walk this city to get to know it.
That is drama to his core.
You have to walk this city to get to know it. Exactly. I think Drama heard that and was like, amen, sister. That's what Drama said about it.
And then Georgina Sarah says something about the train, and Vanessa okay, say it with me.
Subway.
Say it with me. Subway. One
Spell it
word.
out with me. Metro card. Metro card. You can't buy a t-shirt with a Metro card on it until you've owned one for 3 months. I mean, literally, it's so funny. She's like, and then she says, click your heels all you want. You're not in Portland anymore.
You know, Georgina hates her.
Georgina's like, this is actually the hardest role I've ever had
She's like,
to play.
this is my punishment for doing all of this. It will have been worth it, but I do have to, you know.
She's like, I'm not worried about karma. I'm kind of living it in real time. I kind of just take the karma as I do.
Like, God gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers. And that is what Vanessa Abrams is.
Exactly. And so Georgina's like, oh my God, I am just like so grateful to you and Dan for adopting me. And then Dan walks in and they're one happy family, mother, father, and child, who is Sarah. Vanessa's making Dan a red eye to go. And then we find out, that Sarah and Dan talked all night the other night.
You know whose drink is also a red eye?
Ezra.
Damn. Ezra Fitz.
I mean, imagine the obnoxious coffee date that would happen between those two men.
I think that's a great Patreon world building episode.
Write it down. So he's now lamenting about Asher, Jenny's boyfriend, and Vanessa's like, oh, come on, like young love, and Georgina agrees. And then Dan says, things are finally back to normal with Serena. And in this moment, if I'm Serena, I'm like, you know, that's the one thing I will side with Huda Mustafa on. Don't talk about our relationship to other people negatively. And that is crazy of Dan you can maybe vent to Vanessa. I will maybe give you that because of your pre-existing relationship, but you absolutely may not.
To this girl you just met.
That you just adopted. Okay, Daddy Warbucks.
Shave your head while we're at it.
You know what, Dan?
Mutton chops.
What does Sutton say? She's like, why don't you try fighting with someone whose wallet fits? That's what I'm saying to Dan. Like, stop acting like Daddy Warbucks. Your wallet doesn't fit.
Oh my God. Guys, Sutton does have some people really want Sutton to leave. I'm like, as long as we get Kyle out of here, I actually tolerate everybody 100% more than I tolerate them
that
now.
last episode. Actually,
I like your
Kyle
bow.
was like,
I like your bow. Dorita, I like your bow. Thanks. And then Bose goes, It's a cute bow.
I was
joking.
I did love how Phoebe's like, last line that Rachel Zoe says, and the season is so you. Her last line, oh, I'll hold a grudge forever. But it's true.
I stand by it.
I'll hold a grudge forever. I just like everything she says. I'm just like, I want to be you. Her outfits at Coachella. I'm just like, I adore her.
And she's just like so sweet and fun.
She's so sweet. She's so fun. She's
real, as Mom would say. She's real.
She's real. And I just love so much because, you know, I think about it now that I'm at the old age of 31. I'm like, as I get older, am I going to like continue to be this like glam extra diva that I love to be? Or is it going to start to become sort of like this joke? Like, you know what I mean? And then I look at Rachel Zoe and I'm like, she's basically doing the makeup I did in 7th grade every day. Silver shimmer with black smoky eye and winged eyeliner. Like she's doing that every day. And I'm like,
she's awesome.
Sick. I'll do the same. I will have mile-long extensions, massive sunglasses.
Right now. It's so good.
And wear a caftan all the time. It's so good. There's so much, you guys. If you're not in the Bravo world, I feel bad for you. Okay, so anyway, Sarah Georgina. What can we say?
Sarah.
Georgia.
I think at that rate, we just pick one. I think at that rate,
we'll just say like,
we'll say it's Sarah when it's Sarah and Georgina when it's Georgina.
SAG. okay, like, I'm gas.
I won't be able to get into that groove, unfortunately.
What else was new? Anyway, Sarah's like, "I'd love to meet Serena," and he's like, "She would fucking love you. She loves everybody," and so they're gonna meet her tonight.
But also, he commits to these plans for Serena before conferring with her. Another thing that
Exactly.
pissed me off.
Crazy, you don't own her. Hey, non-threatening white man, you don't own her. So Jenny is talking to Asher and Eric is watching and ultimately pulls Jenny aside and he's like, "What's up? Where have you been? You've been ignoring me." And she's
This
like, "Oh
scene
my
pissed me off
God."
so bad.
Oh,
So
it's
bad.
crazy. It's crazy. Jenny's like, "Oh my God, well, I'm just so happy because like I'm with this amazing guy and he really likes me." And Eric is sweet. He's like, "Well, then he has good taste, but how well do you know him?"
Jenny
And
goes, "Ugh, Eric, you have a freaking crush on me. You wanna
okay,
have
you
raw
wanna
dog sex
have
with me."
raw dog sex with me? I had that thought as I watched it. I was like, "And okay, Eric wants to have
That's
raw
kind
dog
of
sex with
the
me?"
vibe that Jenny has right now. Like, she's walking into Chipotle being asked what she'll have and
Yeah, and she's
saying
like,
that in her head.
"Okay, you're obsessed." Exactly. No, she does. And then if she's not getting that energy from somebody else, she certainly has it. She certainly got that energy this episode, I'll tell you that. Um, yeah, so Eric's like, I don't know, like, he might not be the right guy." And she's like, "Listen, I get it. You have a crush on me. It's really sweet." And she says, "And not unexpected." Which
This
is,
is
I'm sorry, like Arya would say. She'd be like, "No, no, it's not unexpected that you're like telling me you're in love with me, but you know, I'm
this
Lizzie."
is giving Hannah and Lucas. But like
Ah. Well, no, okay,
Hannah says
how
it
dare
in an
you?
endearing way to Lucas. Like she
Hannah
like
would
at that
never
homecoming
embarrass him like, "Oh,
episode.
you have a crush on me." She would realize, we'd watch her be like, "Oh, that's what's happening." And later she'd be
Mhm.
like, "I just feel bad. I think he has a crush on me."
That's
But she
true.
wouldn't like embarrass him face to face. And
That's true.
don't ever suggest that she would. Okay? Because I don't like Lucas at all. And you do.
Brecken and
And
I just got to that episode where she's very obviously wearing a wig. Like they put that headband like basically over her
yes.
forehead, and Brecken
Oh,
goes, "Why is her headband like that?" And I was like,
you're like, buckle up.
she's wearing the worst wig on planet Earth, and they
You're
had to
like,
cover it up."
I'll buckle the hell up. Okay? Because her hair journey is about to be one for the ages. All right? Oh my God. Does she love Hannah?
Yes, of course.
Ugh,
Hannah and Spencer
yes. Good.
can't stand Arya, of course. As you watch the show more and you watch it through the lens that we have, you and me,
Yeah.
it is like every
She's
line that she
unbearable.
says is kind of like a jaw-dropping line.
Just feeds our
Because
narrative.
it feels like I couldn't have written that line for
Feels
her,
like Megan Albatress wrote that line.
which I did. We watched the scene where Hannah brings Tippy the bird over to the Hastings castle,
Mm-hmm.
and I was literally like, wait, this is the way that they're, because it's one of those scenes where they're all going back and forth and like
Mhm.
it's like a real friendship scene,
Yeah.
and we see their dynamic in a way that we don't always, and it
Right.
is the Megan Albatress scene. It's
Okay,
giving
don't
it's
make me
giving
step on that thing.
I was just gonna
She walks
say
in and
that.
Arya's like, "Time for your weigh-in."
Okay, don't make me get on that thing.
She's like, "Our floors are really, really weak because just honestly, they're not used to having like anybody over the size of like a fairy or like a wood nymph. Like they're not used to having anyone like that walking on these floors. So we do make everybody do a weigh-in and we do make you leave your shoes on. Just because we don't want to get any holes in the floor." That's all. That's the only reason why. Anyway, yeah. Okay. So Jenny's like, "Listen, it's not unexpected. Of course you do. But my heart belongs to Asher." And then she kisses him on the cheek. I'm like, okay, well, how dare you lead him on like this?
Yeah.
You
If this is
know?
what you think. And also I'm like, it's been a day. Your heart belongs to Asher.
My heart belongs with Asher.
I'm like, why are you talking like suddenly we're like
It's
you're
so
like Glazelle. That's not her name. What the hell is her name in Enchanted? Glazelle.
Giselle.
Giselle.
Wait, today I went to go get an Alani at the gas station and I go in and it's so funny because they moved like there was like a case of Alanis at the front. I was like, "Ooh," and I go and I get 2 cherry slush and I bring them up and the guy's like, "Hey, look, more cherry slush." And I was like, "Oh, those are my favorite." And I go there like all the time to get one. And the owner's like, oh, well, good to know. I'm glad to know it's your favorite. And I was like, yes, make sure it's stocked for me all the time. And then the guy's like, by the way, those Glowzillas back there are not scanning. And the guy's like, gorillas. He's like, those Glowzillas. And now you just kind of did that too. You just kind of called Giselle an enchanted Glowzilla.
Right. Giselle and enchanted is, it's kind of like, that's how Jenny's talking right now. It's like she's living in the regular old New York City. Absolutely. And suddenly she's like, my heart is with Asher.
100%. She's Jacqueline Kennedy right now. So Dan is running at the speed of light into school and runs smack dab into Serena. And she's like, listen, I can't hang out because I have to study every night because I'm not going to use the SAT test Chuck bought me.
I understand they say that he's late to class maybe, but then it's like, okay, so you were at that coffee shop late to school because you're hanging out with Sarah. Number two, was he running to Serena, or sprinting to Serena so that he could invite her to these plans before they have class?
I think he got lucky running into her. I feel like he wouldn't. I feel like he was running to class because he just honestly he pretends to be obsessed with her, but like you're not.
I think he kind of hates her.
I think he kind of hates her.
Which kind of feeds into your Gossip Girl narrative.
I know, which is crazy. So he invites Serena to dinner. She's like, I can't. We're having a family dinner in our old suite. And then Dan sees Jenny making out with Asher. And Serena's like, just relax. Like, it's not a big deal. And he says, how are you always so right? And she says, it's easy when you're always wrong. And she's like, go get to know him during your
Caroline and Anthony.
Literally. And then he texts Georgina immediately. And it's like, okay, well, if you can text Georgina right away, you probably could have texted Serena and just invited her at the coffee shop or whatever. But he texts her saying she can't go to dinner. And Georgina is obviously watching all this go down. So she probably knows that already.
And then Dan kind of turns a corner and he sees Asher making out with someone. But not just any someone. He can't tell who it is exactly.
Someone in khakis.
A man.
And Jenny Humphrey was wearing probably bright purple tights. Okay, so it was not her. It was a man in khakis. And he was doing the Kyle Cook kiss, which is 2 hands on the shoulders.
Yeah, like Kyle. That, which I hate. I'm sorry, Kyle, if we want to like have our Glamour magazine New York Yankees kind of moment for your piece and all of this, I think we have to make our kissing skills a little sexier. Why, like maybe in a booth in Carbone, it's dark. Yeah,
I think it's a Dumois pick. Personally, do it at Soft Bar, and then people would be like, "Oh my God, this is his way of investing in the company."
Yes, exactly.
You couldn't even do that. Are you kidding? You couldn't even have your first scandalous kiss while you're still married.
Which, by the way, guys, and I do just want to. That's a really important point, Caroline. They are still married.
They are still married. So it's kind of fun to be like, West is sleeping with Kyle's wife because that's the truth. So yeah, actually, there is overlap.
And also, hey, West, that's not really the main thing we're mad about.
Yeah, actually, I literally don't care if there is overlap. Honestly, I don't give a fuck about Kyle Cook's feelings. I don't care. I do not care if she cheated on him. In fact, I'd be like, good for her until I found out who it was with.
Mm-hmm.
What you mad about that timeline is what you're doing with Sierra.
If it was Jesse, if she for some reason was with Jesse, oh my gosh, Caroline, Mimi just sent me a thing. Let's see what they did. Never mind. Okay. It was something else.
Obviously, Phoebe and I haven't really gotten to get into the summer house stuff yet, so we just keep going on these tangents. So we will stick to it. But okay, so Lily is talking to the wedding planner about seating charts, and Rufus shows up. And this could have been a phone call, but he needs a mother's advice.
It's almost like he was able to hack into her GCal and saw that this was the day that she had planned.
He got into her cozy and was like, okay, wedding dress fitting.
Oh my God, throwback cozy.
You don't get the cozy text anymore? Because I do.
For our mom?
Uh-huh. Guys, whatever cozy is C-O-Z-I.
I don't think I've gotten one in like a decade.
Oh, I still get them.
That's crazy.
And I get them, and it's always a shock because, okay, Cozy was like this family planning service or something where you could put in everybody's birthdays and it would send out text reminders to people, which is actually great. But what happens is it sends a reminder 2 weeks ahead. So it'll be Steven's birthday and I'll think I missed it and it'll be oh no, his birthday's in 2 weeks. It's just letting me know.
Yeah, they were always 2 weeks ahead.
Yeah,
of whatever we were doing.
Anyway, but I still get them. But then I got one that said Goose's birthday at midnight on my birthday. So, like, what's that about?
Peculiar.
Anyway, Rufus is joining Lily on some errands. Dan's leaving school. Back to the real story. Dan's leaving school and he sees Asher and he's like, yo, got a minute? And I'm like, what is the plan here?
Yeah. How do you think
like,
this is going to go?
You can't just be like, hey, dude, you're gay. Like, you
like Nate Jacobs in Euphoria. You can't be like, Dad, you're gay.
You're gay. Like, you can't do that unless it's your dad.
Eric Dane is like, no, I'm not. I'm a hedonist. I'm a hedonist.
Okay, there's a difference. There's a massive difference, actually. And
he's like, and Nate goes, Dad, you're gay. You had to deal with it in like a really weird way. You couldn't deal with it, and that kind of came out in really weird ways.
So funny. By the way, did you see Jacob Elordi and Kendall Jenner are dating?
I know they've been trying to like. I've been seeing so many conflicting blinds, but that's.
I know.
Hey, Kendall. Whoa. What
it
a
makes
roster.
sense to me. I saw a tweet that was a picture of Kendall with just a few of her exes, and it said, "This is what they meant when they talk about greed." I was like, no, that's actually true.
Well, imagine Timmy and Jacob are up for...
Well, apparently Kylie set them up.
An Oscar together. They're sitting next to each other. The sisters get to sit next to each other at the Oscars.
The sisters are holding hands.
With their movie star BF.
They're holding hands with their super long, skinny witch fingers. And both of their men lose. And they're like, this has never happened before, but there's a tie. They both won.
And also
and Kris Jenner's in the back like...
And this has never happened before. The winner for Best Supporting Actor is Kylie Jenner
in the moment? Give it to her.
Some of her best work.
I mean, I'm sorry.
It's the best part of the movie. It's the best part of the movie.
I'm excited. She said she wants to do more acting. I'm like, bring it on.
And I want comedy,
I'll be there, girl. What'd you say?
I want comedy.
She's funny as fuck, dude.
She is
like
funny.
She's entertaining. I love her. Anyway, sorry. So Dan's like, hey, can we talk? And he's like, well, I have a lunch date with your sister. And I'm like, you have school. But Dan's like, by the way, I saw you this morning kissing that guy. And he's shocked when Asher doesn't react super cool about it.
Hey, Dan. We couldn't have slept on this one.
Yeah, exactly. I will say Dan is actually pretty nice about it because Asher's immediately like,
oh, call me a queer?
Yeah, and Dan's like, it's like totally fine. I don't want you fucking my sister then. Like, that's the only thing. Like, I don't give a fuck. And yeah, he is insane. You're calling me queer? You want to know how queer I am? I'm so queer that I'm going to pop your sister's cherry tonight.
This is
like, and that's how I know you're queer, because no straight man's ever said I'm gonna pop your cherry.
This is how you know, or this is the kind of dialogue that would be in like a PSA for like homophobia.
Literally.
And then at the end it would be like a celebrity with the duct tape and like the no hate on their cheek.
Yes, exactly. Oh my god. So Dan tries to fight him naturally, and Jenny walks up and is like, get the hell away from my boyfriend. And then we get, I mean, an instant classic from Little J.
Anything you need to say to me,
you can say in front of my peeps. She literally says that.
Anything you need to say to me, you can say in front of my boyfriend.
So
my boyfriend,
funny.
my boyfriend. What is that from?
He's been your boyfriend. She accidentally calls him her husband. I'm like, he's been your boyfriend for 24 hours, girl. Like, anything you can say to me, you can say in front of my peeps. It's literally what this is. She raises her ring finger.
Down. You see that there's a Sharpie ring. She's like, yeah, there's actually a tattoo bar at the party, and we're getting it freaking tatted for life.
Yeah, we are. Like, it's the real thing, Dan, and how dare you?
And I know you wouldn't know anything about that because like Serena doesn't really love you, but
doesn't really love you. And I don't know, like, it's just more impressive for like me to be dating him than for you to be dating her. And I don't expect you to get that. So Dan's like, look, your boyfriend's not being honest with you. And then Asher's like, you know what, Jenny, I think you should come to the country house this weekend and we should freaking do it. He doesn't say that, but he might as well. And he's like, Dan was just like mad because Dan thought we were moving too fast. And Jenny goes, you're just jealous because Asher is everything you want to be.
Jenny, can we reel it in a little bit? Like, I hate watching you right now.
It's literally like making my skin crawl. And she says this, I'm like, Blair would actually spit in your face. Blair would dump yo play on yo head if she heard you say this. Because Jenny says, Even you should know that jealousy clashes with LL Bean Pants. And then they make like a tree and leave. Like that. So,
and so then we're
on the steps of the Met with Serena and Blair.
Oh, sorry.
And Blair is pissed off.
She's
and Blair's
annoyed.
like, well, can we just have a freaking GNO tonight? Serena's like, girl, I can't. I've got family game night. And then
I am like, Serena, when have you ever cared this much about like
your family?
Having a family dinner like this?
I know. It is kind of like, it is kind of interesting. I don't know why she's doing this. Maybe just because now, like, they don't have as much time to do this.
The three of them.
It's like precious. Yeah.
So then Dan comes up and he is like, girls, I'm just so worried about my little sis.
I'm so worried about my kid, sis. What am I going to do about her and her gay boyfriend? And Blair's like, listen, Dan, all that matters to Jenny right now are the 4 Gs. Guys, girlfriends, and Gossip Girl. Unless it's coming from one of them,
Dan's like,
she's not going to hear it.
Dan
Dan's like,
quickly, like, he like does a heel click off of the Met steps. He says a heel click because not only does he have his grand idea, but also he's like, Gossip Girl still freaking got it.
Yeah, he goes, thank you, Blair, and she's like, what the fuck? And then immediately we get Gossip Girl blast with the 4 Gs. Literally, he's like, well, I can do that.
It's that picture of Pam Fields in jail with his with his face photoshopped onto it.
Exactly. So Rufus and Lily are having champagne while she again tries on wedding dresses. And it honestly seems like Rufus didn't register. I was like, where the hell are we when I saw all these white dresses? It seems like Rufus doesn't realize where they are until he sees Lily in the wedding dress.
And I'm like, okay, you're dumb.
Yes, okay, you're dumb. Rufus is saying he feels bad because he read Jenny's email. And I'm like, okay, welcome to the club. and Lily's like, well, you can't be too concerned about her privacy when her well-being is at stake. And I'm like, you know what? Lily is, again, a good mom. She's a good mom.
100% she is.
And Rufus is like, well, I know Serena went through a similar phase.
Okay, hey, keep her name out of your mouth.
Out of your mouth, old man. Old washed up rock star man. And Lily is like, if Serena's indiscretions were as PG as Jenny's, I wouldn't have needed the Botox. And she gives a good advice. She says, you just have to trust that you've done your job. She'll come back to you.
Mm-hmm. And he does. And then she goes to put on the dress. And she...
Well, wait, she also puts on a bracelet first. Sorry, the dress was later. I jumped the gun on that. She points out this like insane diamond bracelet. And then Rufus is like, let me put it on her. And I'm like, first of all, no, let the person who's selling, let the jeweler put it on her.
It's your grimy little calloused fingers.
Don't touch it with your calloused fingers.
You guitar player.
God. Oh my God. It'll slip right through your guitar string indentations. It's dainty. Anyway, so he puts it on her and I'm like, you're laying it on a little thick. A little thick, yeah. And we get a Gossip Girl blast.
Yes. And it's about obviously Asher. What? You go for it.
I do have this one written down.
All right.
So.
I don't.
This just in. Asher Hornsby spotted locking lips before class, but not with his girlfriend. Looks like gentlemen don't prefer blondes, little J. They prefer other gentlemen.
Okay,
hey, Dan. Chill out.
He also, really took that
Asher Hornsby, Bean. Try Asher Horny.
He really, Dan took that LL Bean comment to heart real bad.
He was like, okay, send. Okay, anything I can say to you, I can say in front of your boyfriend, send. Okay.
I do want to say to Asher, if you were so nervous and so agitated about people thinking or knowing that you're gay, why are you making out with someone on the corner of the street in front of the school?
No, that's my question too. It's like, was this a cry for help? Did you want to get caught? Just admit it. Maybe you didn't even know that's what you wanted.
Just admit it and we can skip you calling your boyfriend the F slur later. How about that?
I would love if you didn't say that in front of my peeps. That is something you actually cannot say in front of my peeps for me. So.
No.
And anything you cannot say to me, you cannot say in front of my peeps.
And he's giving Finn in that one scene with Kurt.
Oh my God. Oh, that painful scene.
Like,
and then when Kurt's dad comes down.
You don't say that word in my house.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, that
That's
scene. Oh
and
my
that's
God,
why,
it's
like,
so
hey, you
good.
guys can shit on Glee
Sorry.
all you want, but that show was fire.
Listen, Lena Dunham came back around. You know what I mean? Glee will make it. Glee lives on in very specific corners of the internet, but lucky for me, they're where I live, so I'm there. I'm also in that corner of the
I
internet.
might have to rewatch. That
This
would be
next
a good
line
rewatch.
crazy. Hazel goes, "Now you know how Vanessa Hudgens feels." Are you insinuating
And then
that
Zac
Troy Bolton,
Efron
Zac
was
Efron is gay?
is that
I
what it was? Or did
I'm
she date
certain. I need to look it up. Actually, will you make a note for me since you're doing that? Um, I need to look up and see the rumors because I don't remember them off the top of my head, but I 100% guarantee that there was a massive Zac Efron is gay campaign because he was in a musical.
my notes right now? Zac Efron, gay?
Wow, it's shocking. You look at it tomorrow, you're like, holy shit, Zac Efron's gay. You start spreading that rumor. You didn't realize that that was a note from the podcast. You're absolutely fucked up right now, aren't you? Anyway,
What?
and then Jenny sees Blair and says, low blow. And Blair, was it me? Wish it was. So good.
She is killing me this episode. She is, and not that she's not wonderful and funny and entertaining to watch all the time, but I do like when she's kind of like on the bench. Like she's not on offense or defense and she's just like
Yes.
being funny like this. Like,
Yes.
was it me? Wish it was. Is
Was it me?
hysterical.
Wish it was. I know, as she's just in motion. She doesn't even stop, just walking. So good. So Serena gets a call from the concierge at the palace. There's a delivery from Georgina Sparks. She's going to get it after school. And Dan overhears and she still won't tell him what's going on. And then Blair walks up.
Serena does say, okay, Mr. Doorman, do not let that thing out of your sight.
She says, Mr. Doorman?
No. But she does
like,
say,
that's
do
an
not let that
insane miss for
package.
me.
Do not let that package out of your sight.
Oh my God. He's now,
And-
if I'm that man, I'm opening it. So Blair walks up. She says, Dan Humphrey, just the person I hate to say I was looking for. You're dirty. Because she thinks that he outed Asher. And he's like, she says, how did you come up with it? And he's like, oh, girl, my own
It's
two
real.
eyes. My own two eyes, girlie. I saw it on the street.
I walked off the steps of the school today and put on my rainbow colored glasses and I saw it.
And I said, pride is all around if you're looking.
I said, oh, just great.
By the way,
just,
do you want to march with me this summer?
Hey, just when I get home, freaking to school from the Women's March, I got to put on my rainbow pin and go to the Pride Parade. Oh, great.
I literally haven't slept because I was throwing tomatoes at Republican congressmen's homes all night long.
That's Dan's like itinerary. You
I'm
look at his schedule.
exhausted.
Look at his schedule, and it's like
Tomato
on the
throwing.
weekend he's taking the Amtrak down to DC for the weekend.
Yeah.
He's handcuffing
putting in my
himself.
hours.
He's handcuffing himself to the Supreme Court building.
And then going back to school in the morning and leaving.
He is the key the whole time.
And that, in many ways, is a metaphor. Okay, so he's like, no, Blair, get this. I saw him locking lips with a guy. And Blair's like, well, let's freaking prove it. And then let's get them to break up.
Even though I did love Dare when it comes around, I did enjoy that because I love an enemies to lovers. And I think that I liked that they kind of matched each other's intellect, it felt like.
Yeah.
Like they were both really smart. But
you can totally say freak.
You can totally say it.
No, you can say freak. If they match each other's freak, that's fine.
I kind of would have loved if they had gone into more of an Austin Kroll, Madison LaCroix relationship for Dan and Blair.
I feel like they do.
I wish no, but I mean, like, I wish
honestly,
I
that
wish
kind of is
he-
their relationship.
I wish he actually said, "Get this." Like, I wish it was actually like, they have lobster.
You know who he
aprons
kind of gets
on.
that with, unfortunately?
Don't
Georgina.
say it.
Down the road.
Okay, Pittsburgh.
Anyway, but I know what you're saying. Also, what's the deal with Katie Holmes? Because she's also catching a stray here. Blair's like, it's your brotherly duty to save her from becoming the next Katie Holmes.
Did she also date a man that was outed?
She must have, but I don't know who.
Okay, Katie
Are you talking
Holmes,
about Tom Cruise?
boyfriend, gay question.
Okay, go ahead and make that note, please. I'm imagining someone breaking into your house right now and seeing this notepad open. By the way, this is just
No,
my
you wanna know?
mind, and it's not real. They find that. They're like, you know what? She's got some shit to figure out. I'm gonna
I
leave her.
should not touch this.
I should not touch this. And actually, I was never here. So Dan's like, all right. So Dan and Blair are going to team up. And she says, motive is irrelevant as long as our end game is the same. And I just can't because Danny's like, well, I just don't want Jenny to get hurt. And I'm like, really? Then you should have thought about that before the Gossip Girl blast, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, and you should have maybe thought through how you were going to approach the whole thing with a little bit
and
more
how
care
that's
than
going
you
to
did.
motivate Jenny, by the way. Because if you think Jenny Humphrey's just going down the night of her first party, oh, I don't think so, honey. I just don't. We're back with Rufus and Lily. He tells her about the surprise party, and Lily's like, are you out of your freaking gourd? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And then she comes out in her wedding dress, and he it's awkward because he's basically brought to tears.
And she's like, oh, you hate it. And it's like, well, what does it matter what he thinks? And he goes,
Who cares?
It's not the dress. It's you in it.
I'm like, obviously, dude. Obviously. And she's like, okay,
it's giving
shit off me.
Parent Trap, but if the dad set up the Parent Trap for himself.
Yes. Oh my God, yes. And honestly, Rufus kind of has a little bit of that look.
I guess.
You're pissed off at me for saying it, though.
I am. Because no,
apparently Rufus Humphrey's hot.
It's his
He
voice
was
that
dating Kelly Rutherford.
I mean, he's an attractive guy, but his voice pisses me the fuck off.
And just everything about it. Yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter how attractive you are.
Sorry, you can't compare him to Dennis Quaid in the Parent Trap.
You're right. And I'm sorry. I actually shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. So
Dennis
sorry.
Quaid and Natasha Richardson?
Oh, yes. R.I.P.
Who I did think was Princess Diana until
Sally Bowles.
Well into my
Do you know
teens.
she's Sally Bowles in the movie, right?
I did know that, yeah. With Alan Cumming.
Or not in the movie.
The 90 revival with Alan Cumming.
So Serena runs by Jenny and she's like, by the way, I can't come to the party tonight. And then the girls are like, by the way, Jenny.
Jenny's
super slut or not.
Serena runs by. She's like, oh, Jenny, by the way, I've been meaning to give this to you all day. It's a rainbow flag.
Oh, it's a rainbow flag. If you know what's good for you, you'll be an ally.
And then she's like, wait, actually, I don't know which one you want. I have a bi flag too. Maybe you could pass it on to Asher?
She's like, oh my God. Never. So the girl's like, so Jenny, have you fucked your gay boyfriend yet? And she's like,
Can he get it up?
I don't want to say it. And they're like, oh, well, if you don't tell us, we're just going to think that he only likes guys. And she's like, okay, well, is that why we went to third? Again, doesn't blink. It's immediate.
She's a pathological liar.
Elise is like, you went to third? She says, no, he did. Okay, relax, Jenny. You're 14 years old.
It's too much. Do you even know what that is? Do you even know what that is, Jenny?
I hope not, but obviously she does. So we go into Blair's room. She says whoever said that money can't buy happiness didn't know where to shop. Isabel went into the guy's locker room and stole Asher's phone and brought it to Blair. And so now she selects all of his emails and texts and has them all sent to her email.
And this is how I know
no one's doing it like her.
She, Mona, and Spencer are the big three.
No, well, and Georgina's not even there. Honestly,
she's
Georgina's just
Allison.
Messy with it. Yeah,
Georgina's an Allison Mona hybrid.
So she's not thinking through everything. She's sort of
it's like one of those
she's
Venn
doing
diagrams,
it, and then she's figuring out how to go from there rather than Blair, who's I've got the full plan.
Yeah, it's there's one of those Venn diagrams. It's 3 circles.
Yeah,
and we can kind of fill that in with these girls.
Can you actually make a note about that, and I'll make it a social media graphic?
Yes, and then I was also gonna say
very niche.
One more thing about all this. Oh, it does go to show what a different time it was. That there's a world in which Asher doesn't realize his phone is missing for a considerable amount of time.
You're right.
When he gets his phone back at the party, he's not
didn't have it.
He's like, oh my God. At first, it's almost like he could have been like, oh, I must have dropped it.
Yeah, exactly.
Somewhere.
It's not like, oh my God, you found it. It's not like that. So speaking of Asher, Jenny shows up to his house early and she immediately starts giving him lips. She's like, let's freaking do it. Let's have raw dog sex right here, right now. And this is crazy because I'm like, Jenny, did you just forget? Like, did you have an agreement? Because he's acting like you both knew this.
He
He's like,
really
Jenny,
is.
this just like isn't what we do. I'm holding up my end of the bargain. He says that before she says, oh, we're.
I know, and then she's like really confused. I'm like, I don't see him saying
like,
that. If they
has this
hadn't
come up, Jenny?
I don't know.
You know
But
what I mean? And like Jenny
No,
just
I
is like in her
I
own little world.
agree
She's like, no, he's
because
obsessed with me.
because she is like I don't think he would have approached it the way that he does if they hadn't already talked about
I
it.
know. Unless he's just like, I don't know. I mean, is
But
there a
also,
world where he thinks Eric has
s
told her and that like Jenny's in on it?
maybe, but also, I
don't think
mean,
so,
then
though.
it's like, I don't think he thinks that. He clearly wants to present himself as masculine, so it's not
Yeah.
like he would expect Jenny to read it off of him.
No, it's so weird. And also, like, you flipped out earlier about this. So it's like now for you to be like, oh no, Jen. And also, like, don't you think Jenny's going to feel a little bit scorned by you if right now you tell her that you're gay and you expect her to continue to keep the secret for you? Like,
And then actually you're gonna insult her really badly in a second.
he was, you're Jenny Humphrey from Brooklyn. I give
No
you status.
one
I give you access.
Did you really think someone from my world would date someone from yours?
Ugh.
Or I think he
He's like,
might have even
"Listen."
said someone like you, which is worse
He
than
says,
someone.
do you really think someone like me would just date someone like you? The just is also like, oh, it's just, and like Jenny's eyes just, and it is like this moment where it's like she's been such a little brat, such a little biatch, and I just wanted to be like, freaking take a walk across the Brooklyn Bridge and go home. That's what I've been wanting to say to her. Um, but it is like I still see Cindy Lou Who when her eyes brim up with tears, and I'm just like, oh, I've been you in this moment, girly, and it is hard. Well, actually, never mind. I have not been in this moment where this is how it goes, but I have certainly been. I call it the Lady Bird effect.
Right.
Yes, I've lived it. And yes, I've lived that, of course.
Once
That
or
is
twice.
such an epic scene, by the way. Everyone just picture Saoirse Ronan. She's dating the lead of the school play. They have like the cast party at like
At
Chili's or
Applebee's.
something, Applebee's. She goes into the bathroom, finds him making out with another boy from the show in the stall.
I am like, okay, is this a gender neutral bathroom in an Applebee's? Like, why'd you go in there?
Well, why
Or
did
does
she
she
go in there?
follow him in there?
Maybe, but he's
I
already
can't
getting busy.
remember.
Guess I gotta rewatch.
Oh
That
no.
movie is so fucking good. Oh my God. It's
So
one of
anyway.
those ones that just hurts so good. So anyway, she's like, you've been so nice to me. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna keep being nice and nothing has to change. Just don't fucking blow it. And he's like,
And don't try to blow me.
and if you try to blow me, I will freak. Okay, I will freak. And you'll never forget it for the rest of your freaking life. I'll tell everyone something. I'll freak. She's like, he says, we should put the rumors to rest once and for all. And with tears in her eyes, she says, what do you want me to do? Oh, to be 14.
And then we go to the palace, and Serena is in her room, and she is opening Georgina's package, and she looks at whatever it is in private. We get a note.
Go ahead. Do you have it?
S. Memories fade. The video is forever.
Very Pretty Little Liars of her because she has sealed it with a kiss with a red lipstick mark.
And it's a little flash drive.
Little flash drive. Remember those? Remember those? So Serena plugs it into her computer and we don't see anything, but we hear Georgina essentially tricking somebody into taping Serena without her knowledge. And then we hear Serena come in and they say, how was the shepherd wedding? So we know that like moments ago, this is probably the absolute worst night of Serena's life because moments ago she hooked up with Nate on the bar after the shepherd wedding. And then we start to hear sounds that sound like this is a sex tape of some kind. And she immediately rips the flash drive out, hides it. Honestly, I'm like, she hides it pretty well for it to just be found later. Like she stuffs it into the pocket of her jeans, like in a drawer, whatever.
It goes to show how well Georgina and Serena know each other.
Oh my God.
Or how well Georgina knows
Lily
Serena.
finds it.
Wait, but doesn't Georgina have it later at the coffee shop?
I think she probably has a copy.
Oh, Okay. I forgot Lily found
It's just
it.
Lily ends up finding it I think
Later.
probably next episode.
Okay. I didn't think it happened in this
And
episode.
that's how yeah. So speaking of Lily comes home as Serena's leaving and she's like, oh, you're not going anywhere. If you invite an old friend to our family dinner, then I expect you to stay and eat. And Georgina walks in. And I am confused by this next part because Lily goes, oh, like I've always loved Georgina. And it seems genuine, but I'm also like, there's no way you're not associating Georgina with who Serena was.
I agree.
That you know what I mean? Like, do you
it
think
doesn't make
and
I
Georgina's
feel like
not that good of like an Addie Haskell type.
no, and she's also she doesn't have that like prim and proper
No.
ness
Like she
to her.
seems like a bad girl,
what she
especially at this
does
dinner.
It's just like it would come off as annoying to parents, I feel like.
Yes, I think so. I think mom would see through Georgina and literally
In a heartbeat.
less
And
than a second,
we'd
yeah.
never actually be allowed to speak to her again.
No. She'd be like, is Georgina gonna be there? Like anywhere we'd go, she'd be like,
Then
is
you
Georgina gonna be there?
can't go.
Then you're not going. I don't like that girl. I'm telling you, she is bad news. That's what mom would
Take
say.
a look around.
And then when it
you
comes
see her
out,
anywhere? News.
Flash.
You're not gonna.
She is bad news. Mom does like the same effect as the flash, but with I know. Same.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I wasn't allowed to say no, but you're
mom
allowed
was
to say
allowed to.
no.
Mom's allowed to, as long as the is before the no.
Yeah. You know how mom also like hates huh? Like she's like, and I've never say huh, but like she says it all the time.
She's a big culprit of the huh.
She says huh all the time.
Her and Lily, they've got their little Big Edie, Little Edie back and forth sometimes.
Get away with murder together.
When it's just them in the house, it is full no manners. No manners anywhere.
No manners. We are talking with our mouths full. We're having prison food every night. We're watching our shows and we are being absolutely ill-mannered. We are being
so loud.
So we're
and then
screaming.
someone says something, huh?
Huh? I know. And it's like, I was allowed to say that. Anyway, so Jenny's getting ready for her party, and we get another Gossip Girl blast talking about Asher taking Jenny's virginity. And Dan walks in, he's like, is this fucking true? She goes, it's private.
Dan's in the bedroom with the garage door open. And in his room, he's like, okay, send
throws his phone across the room, runs in, Jenny. Exactly. And Jenny's like, I haven't even fucking seen it yet, dude. It like just went live. But she says it's private, which is funny because Jenny or Asher sent it in. And then Dan, like you guys are all like that Spider-Man meme where they're all like pointing at each other. And Dan's like, listen, Jenny, the man's queer. Okay. I saw him kissing a dude. And she's like, oh my God, you're the one who sent Gossip Girl that tip. And he's like, yeah, and I'm also the posted it, Jen.
he's like, no, Jenny, I didn't send it in. But I freaking wrote it and posted it.
I didn't have to send it in. I have a one-way line of communication to the big G.
There she goes.
The big G and not the G-O-D.
Not quite there yet.
God is a woman, huh? Yet. So Jenny goes,
that's why it's Gossip Girl and not Gossip Guy, because again, he's one of us, really. He's an ally. What did you say?
Dan. I was saying because God is a woman. Or you know what? No, it's because Dan's he's a really good guy, but he's a fucking misogynist and it's all fake. And he's, of course, going to pin it on
And he's like, well, guys don't like gossip. But girls sure as hell do.
Well, you sure freaking do, Dan. Oh my God, are you a girl? Oh my God, I cracked it. You're freaking Danielle. Anyway, so Jenny's like, I actually knew about it the entire time and maybe I was using him. And she's like, and by the way, since you're sending tips into Gossip Girl, you're in the game with the rest of us. Stop acting like you're too good for it. And it's like, yeah, Dan.
Okay, you clocked him there.
I'm with little J on this one. I'm with little J.
And so then we go to the dinner and Blair is calling Serena and Serena's like, girl, I gotta fucking go.
GTG. Click.
And Blair is like, it is giving Spencer realizing that Ezra is A.
Yes, she's like, you have. Yeah, exactly. And Georgina's like, how is Snow White? Which I don't really get.
I didn't get it either. I think it was mean. I think it was a mean thing to say, probably.
Definitely mean. I guess she does kind of look like Snow White, and Snow White always wears the headband.
Maybe. And then Georgina says, they started to talk about the engagement, and Georgina is like, you guys all look so happy. And it's at this point of the dinner where we hear Kyle Richards say, "We were all so happy that day."
Happy.
It's almost unimaginable what could come next. Because Georgina
that is
says...
such an epic line.
It's so good.
It's like, was it 9/11?
Literally, I think it was...
Sounds like it was 9/11.
I think... Wait, that would be a great... Okay, you at a housewife dinner? Okay, was it 9/11? It sounds like it was
9/11. 2001.
To be precise.
And then I bring out my fake cigarette and I'm like, and by the way, your husband will never emotionally fulfill you. Having more flashbacks yet? And then I'm like, Dorit, call her a cunt.
Oh, great. Caroline just added a full 10 seconds of work to my editing.
Leave it, girl.
Oh, okay. And that's
before.
Permission. No, I beefed it a couple weeks ago.
You've left it before in the past.
I have, but you always get mad at me.
And then, like, you don't always fix it, so it's like...
Are you going to get mad at me tomorrow?
I don't think... As of right now, probably not, but we'll see how, I guess, the rest of the night goes.
Anyways, so Georgina says they all look so happy, and then she says, you have Mr. Bass, Serena has Dan, and Eric has a boyfriend. Or I think she even puts Eric in the middle. Like, she really brushes over it. And
no, it's at the end.
And Eric, like, drops his silverware onto his plate.
Literally, and she's like, what? Oh my God. And then it's like twofold, because she's like, oh, I didn't know it was a secret. And she's implying that she didn't know that the boyfriend was a secret, but that, of course, everybody knew Eric was gay. She's like, I saw them kissing in front of St. Jude's for the whole world to see, which, like, is true. And then she says, don't be embarrassed. He is a hot piece. And Serena's like, shut the fuck up. Don't call my brother gay. Ever again. Ever again.
Look, I know Lily has a great reaction later, but to be honest, this is kind of out of character. No, but it also doesn't feel like authentic to her.
I agree. I
know that she's like obsessed with status and image and things like that, but this just doesn't feel like something that she would really care about.
Because she says, this doesn't make any sense because that would mean that Eric is, and he's not.
And he's not.
Are you? And it is like, I wonder if for her, and like this is me trying to rationalize this, and like honestly later on she does have like a good response. Like she like makes up for this well.
Mm-hmm.
But
it doesn't take her 2.5 seasons like it took Pam Fields.
No, like she immediately feels like shit about this, but I genuinely think like in her mind she's been in such like protect Eric mode
she's like
from himself and from like the court of public opinion.
Well, it's like, oh great, is this another thing that could put him in the Ostroff
and I
Center?
feel like she's just like, oh my God, like and like she says as much later when she's like, I just want you to have everything you want and I want your life to be easy, and like, you know, that's what it is. And it's like, that's an understandable feeling for a parent to have, and they both handle it well. And it kind of seems like Eric, like, honestly, he doesn't really give a fuck what his mom thinks about it. It seems like he's just like, whatever. But
he's so, I mean, I think his meds are working. He's like so apathetic. I was gonna say the same thing.
It's giving so like
apathetic.
I saw this video that was like, how I know someone commented and was like,
what's your dosage?
I love dosage, because she like spills something on herself and she like doesn't react. And I have moments like that frequently where like something will happen, like I will drop something and break it in a million pieces. And like I did that recently, and I literally just like looked at it and was like, which is kind of unthinkable. Like I'm queen of a freak out, but I'm on the right med. So if I'm freaking out, it means you earned it. It means you deserve it.
Right.
But so Eric starts to answer, and then Lily kind of gets upset and he storms off, and Serena yells at, which I'm like, good, Serena, like have his back. She yells at Lily, she yells at Georgina. And then we go to the Brooklyn loft.
And Jenny is leaving and reminds Rufus about choir practice. She's like, don't worry, I'm just going to choir practice. But she's holding a bag with like, I'm like, Jenny, I think we needed to
throw it out the window and get it on your way down.
Or just pull fucking Vanessa Abrams and go out the fire escape.
Exactly.
You're going to be in trouble regardless. So like, why don't you just fully sneak
and you
out?
Honestly, you love a little shock value. So I'm shocked you didn't like choose that. Rufus is like, look, I know about the party. And then he gets her bag and takes the dress out. And I'm just like, what happens next is crazy because Jenny's like, well, you would have said no, and I'm throwing this party. And Rufus is like, well, go ahead and call Asher. And it's like same thing as like last episode where it's like, what do you mean you didn't already cancel?
Right.
He's like, call right now and tell me you're not coming. And Jenny, this part is crazy. Jenny starts to leave, and Rufus is like, if you leave, she goes, you what? You what, Dad?
Right.
And I'm like, oh, she's not your little girl. You can't make me do anything. I'm just saying words that would never come out of my mouth.
No.
Can't speak for other people, but like never would come out of my mouth.
It's just not my cup of tea.
And he says, this line is like such a dad line. You've already lost my trust. You want to lose my respect too.
And Jenny says, bet. Bet, bitch.
Bet, no cap. And she walks right. She goes, type shit. And she walks out.
Which, okay, sorry, this is the last Bravo tangent we'll take, but Southern Hospitality, when Charlie's boyfriend now, I can't think of his name, but when he's like flirting with Mia and his joke all day is like, he said type shit one time and it made her laugh. And then like, he says it all day.
I know. I noticed that too. And I was like,
hot people get a personality challenge. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Funny shouldn't be treated like hot people.
Here's the thing, like, say what you want about Craig, never a dull day. That man has a personality. That man has a personality.
Never a dull day. I will never forget the first moment I actually like fell in love with Craig as like a character and it was before he dated Paige. It was like their first winter house together. And he like goes up in the room and they're all like hanging out and he like just does like a spin on his heel and he goes, did that look cool? It's like, it just made me laugh. It's like, he's so nonchalant. He's just like, that look cool? And it made me laugh so hard.
He like never
he's
grew
just
out
one of the girls, and let's not pretend he's anything but.
He
That's
like never grew out.
Wrong.
Exactly. He never grew out of that phase that like 7-year-old boys do.
Look what I can do.
Exactly. That is so
By the way, in The
Craig.
Wizard of Oz, there was the ultimate look what I can do kid. She comes up to me the other day as I'm sitting and like watching them.
And let me guess what she says. Look what I can do.
In so many words. She goes, by the way, I'm going to be a singer. And actually what's cool is my mom is actually kind of like letting it happen because there's an audition next week for someone to sing the Star Spangled Banner at a Wild Things game. And she's like letting me go because it says you can be like literally any age, which is cool. And I also be an actor. And so my mom is also like taking me to professional acting camp for a whole week downtown. And I was like, so cool. And then she's like, yep. And she walks away and then she comes back and she's like, by the way, I can do a really good slick back. And she has hairspray in her hand and she's spraying it in like one little spot on her head, like this close. And then she like pulls it away and she's like, this is like how I do my slick back and I can do a really good one. And one time I actually did like a really good Dutch braid. And I was like, well, you might want to hold it out here a little more. And she's like, no, I'm good.
No, this is
and then she
perfect.
walks away and then she comes back and she goes, and by the way, I also am really good at gymnastics and I can do a back walkover and a front walkover and a backflip. And I am working on my middle splits, but I have my right and my left. And I was like, okay, I gotta go. Yeah, so the ultimate look what I can do kid. And I wrote her a little note and I wrote, I can't wait to watch your singing career. And she goes, you remember my singing career? I was like, girl, how could I forget? And now it's immortalized. Okay, so Serena comes to check on Eric. He was on the phone with who? Chuck. Like,
It's
also,
sweet. Also,
does this
the
mean
concept.
that Chuck knew?
Yes, I think that's what he's saying. Because I think Serena says something along the lines of like she would have wanted to be the first one to know.
He's like, we've been talking a lot, and the guy's got his faults, but he's never judged me. And like,
sometimes Eric is like the actor. He acts this part like in such a righteous way. Sometimes I'm like, I don't really like Eric.
But honestly, if like Serena was my sibling, I would do the same shit. I'd be like, get a grip, girl. I'd be like, you're a mess. That's what I would say to her. So Serena's like, I'm really sorry for abandoning you. He's like, I don't fucking care. And he talks about a guy he met at the Ostroff Center. And they were going through the same stuff. And now he's dating Jenny. So, oh my God. Not only
I can't believe
gay,
Asher was at the Ostroff Center.
I know.
That's kind of an interesting wrinkle.
But it makes sense because he seems insane.
Yeah, he does.
Which has nothing to do with him being gay, by the way. He just seems crazy, like with the way that he's like,
the 0 to 100,
and like his internalized homophobia, and just like the way that he's like, I know that like the struggle is probably making him do crazy things, but I just he needs to level out a bit. His meds aren't working like Eric's are working.
And then he says, but guess what? I have somewhere to freaking be, Serena, so move out of the way. I'm going to Asher's party. And then we go to Asher's party.
I'm like, Jenny, how can you put up this act? She and Asher are canoodling like they are newlyweds at this party. And I'm looking at this like, you're standing there and like, you look like genuinely happy. First of all, your dad is now walking the streets of New York with a gun and a net looking for you. Number 2, you found out that your boyfriend, not only is he not going to go to third with you, he's going to go to third with Eric. Okay. He is a gay man. And he's like, can you just play your fucking role and I'll give you what I give you. You're the scum of the earth. You should be kissing my feet. And she's like, you know what? You're right. She's like, type shit. And she fully just like is like kissing his neck, canoodling, twirling her hair, like having the time of her life. I'm like, your compartmentalization skills are actually should be studied. We should write books about you, Jenny Humphrey.
That's true.
Like, it's crazy.
And so Blair arrives at the party and is searching for Asher.
She looks so good.
Wait, sorry,
and they say that. Isabel goes, you look, and Blair goes, I know. And we get this great line. She says, the most important parties to attend are the ones you're not invited to. And she shows her phone. She's like, I have business to handle with the host. Also, this party is just giving like a giant bat mitzvah.
It's giving like what high schoolers think an Upper East Side party should be.
Yeah. And all the lights are on.
All the lights are on. And we chose pastels. For like I just think it's party.
Like, Jenny's wearing a like lilac purple tulle aria dress, honestly, and this whole entire room is like mauve. It looks like Miss Hannigan's bedroom, low key, and like that's what you're wearing. Like you knew the setting. Blair would have never made this mistake. In fact, she didn't. She showed up wearing black. So she's gonna go find Asher, and then we get Serena running into. Are they at the coffee shop?
Mm-hmm.
And he's there with Georgina. He's like, oh my God, this is so great. You can meet Sarah. And Serena, first of all, this is hilarious because she's like, I have to talk to you, Dan. She's talking to him. He's like, you can meet Sarah. Her eyes practically roll out of her head. She turns to look. And I'm like, what if this wasn't Georgina?
No, literally.
Like, you were just such a bitch. And then also, like, imagining that Vanessa and Dan don't know any of this history of Serena and Georgina. Serena's being such a fucking bitch.
That's true. So it is like, I know we were giving Dan a hard time earlier for how he reacted, but if I'm Dan, maybe I am like, okay, what the fuck was that?
I am, but you know what? Then also, like, I need to, like, walk that back too, because if I'm Serena, I am being a bitch to the 2 girls you've been spending all this time with.
That's true. That's true.
Like, it's weird. It's weird to me. And don't be talking about like you and Vanessa adopted this girl. Like, so then I am gonna be a bitch. So you know what? Never mind. Sorry, Serena. But Serena stands to talk privately, and again, he's like, anything you can say to me, you can say in front of my peeps, Georgina and Vanessa. And Georgina goes, oh, Vanessa was about to show me one of her movies, and I actually have one of my short films too. Do you want to watch? And Vanessa's like, I will go get my laptop. Movie night. Finally, I found someone that can match my freak type shit. And she goes and gets it. And I won't say it again.
Thank God.
Okay, now I get it. Now I freaking get the appeal.
Okay, Mia's giddy over type shit.
Whatever his name is. His name is now type shit. TS. So Vanessa goes to get her laptop. Dan goes to get Serena a coffee. And Serena and Georgina can just be themselves for a minute.
I think that Serena says, Dan, can you get me a coffee? And he like makes a face and she's like, now.
Yeah. I'm also like, Dan, like, yeah, you should have actually said, what's your order the second you saw her blonde hair come in this building. Yeah. So Serena and Georgina are talking, and Georgina's like, this is just a friendly game. And Serena's like, yeah, we're not friends. And Georgina says, oh, I think we are.
She gives me chills. She says,
if I'm your enemy, Dan sees this. And we see that she's got the video. And so I guess Serena, is just going to like...
And then Georgina, they come back and Vanessa's got the laptop and Georgina goes, oh, actually, I think I got a little bit of stage fright.
I'm shy. Whoops, I forgot to tell you guys I'm shy, Sarah.
Okay, cat
when I used to do my acting classes, they would be like, okay, we're all going to go around the room and you're going to introduce yourself and you have to say an adjective in front of your name. So like if I'm Caroline, I'll be crazy Caroline. And I was always shy, Sarah. That's what Georgina says here.
I couldn't tell if you were telling a story or if you were being Georgina there.
Well, I don't want you to be able to tell. That's good acting, I guess. So Vanessa's like, okay, more time for me. I actually have 2 films I'd like to show you. Also, no mention of Nate and Vanessa this whole episode. I'm like,
my smoking hot boyfriend is the star of this one. It's actually NC-17.
He's like, boyfriend? Wait, what? What? Wifey, what? Wifey, that's our adopted kid. What?
Vanessa's like, yes, okay, moving on. Are you guys okay with watching nudity here?
How are we on violence as well, by the way? Someone almost dies in the scene.
It's a violent sex tape between me and
She's
Nate.
like, and by the way, everyone on tape is a minor. Is that cool?
That is an important note about Vanessa's
filming
work.
people in their bathing suits, girly. Like,
And
hello.
so we go back to the party, and Jenny's
like, you want to know what it's like?
She's like,
To lose your V card? I'll tell you, when your cherry gets popped, it's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, for me, it was great because Asher obviously has an insane dick game, but she's like, but I've heard it's not as good for other people, and I get that. I mean, I know.
But
And all the girls are like, holy shit.
my first time was perfect. It was perfect.
Everyone's is. And if your first time wasn't perfect, listeners, that's really weird. Just kidding.
You should talk to someone about that.
I should write a book about
in private.
Everyone who's ever told me their story of them losing their virginity, because I have heard some gnarly tales, gnarly as fuck. Like ones that will make you never, ever, ever want to have sex. And so maybe I should go teach sex ed. I come into every high school and I just tell the stories of my friends losing their virginity. And
also everybody's trying to figure out why you don't call it sex ed, you call it set ed.
And I never explain it.
You're even writing that on the board. People are like,
and they all start saying like, have you had sex yet? And they're all saying, and they think that's what it's called. And they're like, we've been getting it wrong. We're so embarrassed. And everyone's too embarrassed to bring up the fact that they thought the word was sex.
And then they go
they just start saying
then they go to college and they're calling it set
That's actually how languages are created.
That's true.
Anyway, everyone's like, I don't know why, but in 2026, people just started calling sex ed. So that's what we call it now. Our influence, your one and only source. Your one and only source on sex. Of course.
Elise runs up and is delivering the news that Blair has arrived. And Jenny is like, I mean, Jenny's a little much. I think we can tone it down a bit.
That's impossible. That's impossible.
She wasn't invited.
Because she wasn't invited, and the invites are not. Nelly Yuki must be destroyed. And suddenly we're back in last week's episode. She's like, I told Nelly Yuki these were non-transferable. God damn it. Oh my God, first my boyfriend's queer, now this? God, can't a queen catch a break?
And then Dan pops up out of the corner and he goes, hey, Jen, fix your crown.
Hey, Jen, you dropped this. Hands her crown. And then a Gossip Girl blast comes out that's called The Queen and the Queer. And we're all like, Dan. And he's like, what? The wordplay was too good. Oh my God.
He
like,
is
okay,
someone
you
who
are
would...
this close to turning in your ally card, my guy.
He would
because
sacrifice...
you are a straight white man. Well, let it just stay.
He would sacrifice his wokeness for the sake of linguistics.
Exactly. So Blair walks up to Asher with his phone and she's like, we need to talk. And he, I feel like, is antsy immediately. And he's like, well, no, why don't you just go ahead and say it? Like, go ahead and say it. And it's almost like he knows she won't.
He's like, say whatever you think you found.
Calls her bluff.
I am like, Asher, this just isn't me. I'm just not honestly, calling her bluff.
Blair, good for you, because she did try to talk to him in private. Like, she didn't mean to do
Blair,
it. Like, she...
Ally.
And she says, lucky for you, your friend is someone I actually care about, or I would have used this against you and Jenny already. Which is so true. And it's like, Blair does also owe Eric after the Ostroff thing.
For sure. And so, but just in time, Eric has arrived.
Oh my God. Oh, because Asher's like, Eric walks up and he's like, come on, I can handle it. It's fine.
By the way, guys,
true.
Eric is about 2 feet shorter than everybody else in any scene he's filming. At any time, it is like the entire cast.
And Asher's
like
really tall.
And it seems like everybody else is really tall too. And Eric is like Stuart Little walking into this party.
Heels. Yes.
He is literally like a mouse.
So they're all wearing heels?
Right.
That's why they all look so tall. But Asher is really tall, so it is like, which I guess he needed to be so that we wouldn't see Eric when they were kissing standing on the corner.
Eric walks in and he's like, actually, he's like,
hey guys, he's jumping up and down. He's like, I can't see the show. Ha! It's me here. I think you're talking
his voice gets quieter every time he goes back down to the ground.
He just starts being quiet when he's on the ground and only saying his words as quickly as he can when he's in the air before he's back down. So Eric's like, Jenny, it's true. I freaking kissed your man. And Asher goes, Jenny, tell them the truth. I was with you the whole morning. And fucking Jenny, I'm like, girl, you have people right in front of you who have literal cold hard proof that this is the case, and you are still embarrassing yourself like this. She's like, yeah, he was with me all morning.
Jenny is like, I will stand by my man.
It's crazy. It's giving some Amanda Batula shit.
True.
You know?
True.
And Eric says, I'm gay and so are you. Zing!
Eric, here's what I'll say. I wish we could have shot Blair a text first. She could have given you some great lines.
Exactly.
I'm
also
gay
like,
and so are you.
So are you. So are you.
I don't know if that lands.
Blair
the way that you
literally
think it
standing here
does.
like, oh, God. She's like, oh, okay, I was going to be, okay. Well, you know what? It's fine. It's your thing. It's your thing. And then Asher uses the F slur, and Eric's like,
Perfect.
Blair, send it. And so Blair's like, okay. And she sends every single text on Asher's phone to Gossip Girl. And then she leaves.
Just the kind of night she wanted.
Of course.
And then we go back to Lily and Rufus, who were talking about what happened to Eric that night.
They're on the phone. They're not together.
Yes, Lily looks incredibly chic on her white
course.
couch and her silk PJs.
As always. She says, what kind of mother doesn't know that her son is gay? And she's like feeling really bad about how she acted. She's worried about how Eric's going to cope with it. Then they like talk about their own kids, whatever, and they're flirting, which is bad. And then at the end, he's like, good luck with everything. I'm sure you'll make a beautiful bride. Okay, like
He does say we make quite a team.
And she says, always did. Like, stop it. Stop it.
Lily.
Okay, you know what?
Stop
Sorry,
it.
it's giving Harry Potter.
Oh my God, you're
And
right.
her name's Lily.
You're right.
Maybe okay will be our always. What's that from?
I know what that's from. I don't know why you chose
Local
that.
movie. Well, because that's why they say it.
But they say that because of Harry Potter?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's like their word. Like that was Lily and Snape's word or whatever. And then they're
I really
like,
don't think it
maybe
came from
okay
Harry
will be
Potter.
our always. They do. They say that. They say maybe okay will be our always. By the way, I want to bring up the fact that you didn't acknowledge when I texted you that I was right and you were wrong.
No, you
about
were right.
Kristen Doty.
You were right. What I will say is I know that that's the quote, but I don't know that they're referencing Harry Potter.
Why do
when
I
they're
think
on the
they
phone and
are?
that.
Okay, you talk for a second. I'm looking it up.
So then we go back to the party, and Gossip Girl sends out this blast stating that not only is Asher gay, but Jenny lied about them having raw dog sex. Absolute liar.
Okay, so maybe it's not.
But it is like they're quoting a different relationship.
Because they don't think they're going to live, I think. So they're like, we can't say always.
I also think they're not super serious at that point, and neither of them want to hang up the phone, so they just say okay back and forth.
Well, spoken by Augustus Waters to Hazel, it signifies that even if they do not have a long future together, their okay acceptance of their situation is profound, lasting love that transcends time. That's sad as fuck. Okay,
that
so
movie is like devastating, but I do just
really
like, why did we have to have them kiss in the Anne Frank house?
that was a little bit
Like, not the choice I would have made, John
of an
Green.
interesting choice to me. I'll say it. Okay, I'll say it. It's been enough time. The
It's
dust
just
has
like
settled. Why'd they do that?
You have this whole city, this whole
It's not like
romantic
romantic
city.
here. Go to the tulips, babe. Anyway, did you give the Gossip Girl post already?
I didn't read it, but I said not only is Asher gay, but Jenny lied about
Looks
having
like-
raw dog sex.
Looks like little Jaden spread her legs after all. Is insane.
Dan.
Dan, don't use the phrase "spread her legs" about your kid. Sis.
Do you think
It's
that he had
crazy.
interns, and he barged into the newsroom at Gossip Girl Inc. and was like, "Don't talk about my fucking sister." Like
He's like the head of TMZ. What's that guy's name? He's like, that's his future.
11, Harry 11.
I thought you said 11. I was like, no way his name's 11. Guys, did you know that TMZ is named 11? And that's actually who 11 and Stranger Things is based on? It's a social commentary in a way you didn't realize.
Right.
Okay, so all the girls go to leave and Jenny's like, please stay. And they're like, Hazel literally okay, I was gonna, like, make a joke and be like, they all say, like, "We're not gonna be at a party thrown by a gay guy," but they actually do say that. Hazel goes, "Kinda hard to party after the gay bomb drops." I'm like, "Actually, girl, that's when the party begins, okay?"
I know what
You have
she
no
means, though,
idea.
in the sense of we have a
I don't go to a
few
party until the gay bomb drops, okay?
the vibes are definitely off. I wish she had said, "Okay, the part it's kinda hard to party when you're partying with a virgin."
She's like, "Wait. Let me get this straight.
I've wasted an entire
Jenny,
night
you're a virgin?"
boozing it up
That's
with
what
a
they take from
virgin.
this?
Let me guess. This is non-alcoholic champagne. Oh,
My
great.
God, I knew I didn't feel wasted.
What a
Falls
waste of a
falls to
night.
the floor,
What
falls down the steps, dies. Oh my God, we're now at a crime scene. And like I said at the beginning, this is American Horror Story. So, but they do say to her, they are allies because they go, look, dating a gay guy is fine, but lying to your girlfriends is not.
and that is
Amen.
what if I came up to you and said that shirt is so wearing a skirt as a top?
If I came in here and was like, wow, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top. Because she's not talking about clothing. Really? You're saying that's okay? Okay, what if I said that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top?
I'm just like, and nobody in that writer's room was like, we can't come up with any better analogy.
Hillary Duff's like, actually, I don't like what you guys have written, but I think I have something. Let's just do one take. You guys can go home in 5 minutes.
It's all I have time for.
I only need one take. I only need one.
I'll nail it.
Gotta go get back to the Gossip Girl set. By the way, can't wait till Hill comes on here and then we get her on the pod.
Yes, and then there's a
New goal,
freaking-
guys. Put it out there. We want her on the pod, and we have a few seasons to get that to happen, and I think we're close. So there we go. I think we're really close. So Jenny's now branded with the L word, liar,
and the V, virgin.
and don't get it twisted with Louis Vuitton. Jennifer Tilly.
It's VL.
I have to go to a Louis Vuitton event that I RSVP'd to before, but I thought it was tomorrow, but it's today.
She is everything.
She's everything. So the girl's like, Blair, what are you doing? And what are we doing tonight? And Blair's like, nothing with you bitches, nothing with you straight bitches. I'm going home. But tomorrow we can do dinner and drinks. And they leave. And Eric gets home. Oh, and Lily's waiting. Lily's like, want some tea? The drink. Not gossip. She's like, sorry, now that I know you're gay, I just don't know what you're going to read into. I've been reading up on gay slang. Have you heard of tea?
I have been listening to Radio Andy all night. He is like my new best friend.
And I just want to say, that's so tea. You being gay is so tea, Eric.
Eric, that hair color is tea.
Type shit. Sorry, I had to. Literally. But it's sweet. She says, my reaction was not okay. And I think that's like also like such a great way to like approach that. Like for anything in life, like if you react poorly to something and you want to apologize, I think the first words out of your mouth should be, my reaction was not okay.
Yeah, I think that's
because
a great
like
way to
that is
put
the
it.
ultimate like say like taking accountability for it and like not trying to pretend it didn't happen, not trying
and
to move
acknowledging
on,
that
but,
you
like,
know what was wrong. You're not like,
yeah,
because I think a lot of people can go into an apology, and even if they know what they did wrong,
yeah,
they don't want to admit it. They want to
Totally.
apologize because they want things to be okay, but they don't want to admit what they
Yes.
did was wrong, so they'll kind of like skate around what they did. But this is acknowledging like you know what would have
Yes.
hurt him. Your reaction is what
Exactly.
hurt him.
and also
But then
think
I
there's,
also like the line where Lily says, "I just like wasn't ready" or something.
Yeah,
and he was
says-
like,
she
"Neither
says-
was I."
yeah, and he says to her, it's okay if you need time. And it's
Yeah.
because it's like, this isn't how he would have done it. And maybe if he would have done it on his own terms, he would have wanted a better reaction from her. Or like, I mean, obviously he wants a better reaction from her regardless. But like, I feel like he has an understanding that she was caught off guard by this. And like, and it's very mature. Like he's got this like appreciation for that. And I think that a lot of people who struggle with this, like, and that they do mature faster because they like are dealing with identity crises that a lot of people don't deal with until later on in life, you know? And it's like, so, because I feel like a lot of the people that I've talked to who have come out have been like, they're oftentimes so much more understanding of other people's inability to understand than, like, I think they should be, than, like, I am. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and maybe it's just they're, like, trained to they're, like, they feel like they have to be, you know, and so they don't have a choice, and, like, that's not fair, but it's just, like, I just think Eric is very mature. He's been through a lot,
Definitely. Well,
and
he's
he's just
also
very
even
young.
taking the gay stuff out of it, like, just
Mhm.
having to be in the Ostroff Center
Right.
he's in a way that most kids don't have to, he's been forced to talk through his
Mhm.
feelings for the last,
Yes.
like, year, and
Yeah.
he's had to really come to
And he's had
understand
to, like,
himself.
acknowledge too, with his mother, like, some really hard truths, and so probably their relationship is a lot closer than we even realize, like, because, you know, a lot of kids struggle with mental health, like, in secret, and it oftentimes, like, they don't feel like they can talk about it, and it doesn't come out until, you know, even sometimes it's too late, and it's, like, obviously what brought Eric to have to go to the Ostroff Center was an attempt, so, like, it got to that point, but it forced him and Lily to, like, there's full transparency basically on, like, the mental health status of Eric because there had to be, you know, and it's like
Mhm.
that I feel like changes your relationship a lot with a parent. He is like a self-awareness that I feel like a lot of people don't get till they're a lot older. Also, probably watching Serena fuck up time and time again, he's just, like, learned a
Okay, what
lot.
not to do, what not to do, what not to
Yeah,
do.
exactly. Exactly. So Lily's like, "Well, I wanna match your honesty with my own. I am scared." And she starts crying, and she's just like, "Life is tough enough as it is, you know, and I want the best for you, and I'm worried for your safety and for your happiness." And he assures her that he's a better chance of being happy if he's honest. And she's like, "Yeah, and I want you to know what love is, whoever it's with." And that's how they leave it. And honestly, like, I don't know, how'd you feel about it? Do you feel like it's a
I
good
thought it was a good scene,
scene?
and I
Yeah.
think that if more parents could articulate their
Yeah.
reactions in that way, because I think that's the most parents end up being
Yes.
accepting, that's really what they're feeling. They're feeling
Totally.
conflicted over the life they thought they saw for their kid,
Mhm.
not just in terms of, like, well, I pictured Eric marrying a girl and, like, me having a daughter-in-law.
Right. It's a
It's
thing where it's
also,
like,
like, now I have
you
to
have to
think, like,
acknowledge hate in the world, and it's something that, like, especially for these people being white, you know, it's not something they have probably had to think about that much, you know what I
white
mean? Like,
and rich.
if they don't want exactly, if they don't wanna think about hatred in the world and discrimination, then they can turn their noses up and not, but it's like, now, like, yeah, you're entering a world where this is gonna be something that, like, you would wanna protect your kid against, and obviously, like, that's not every family that goes through this, but for this specific one, it just you don't ever want to think about your kid being the victim of hate, and so you wanna keep them away from the things that, like, can make that happen, and sometimes, like, I think they get it twisted, you know?
Mhm.
Anyway, so there's our heavy scene. Blair is reviewing the damage on Gossip Girl, and Jenny shows up. Again, how'd you get in?
I don't understand it.
I do love these
It's
scenes
a
where, like, Jenny
real flaw and safety issue.
it totally is. I think it's so funny though, all these scenes where we get where like Blair is just like sitting there reading the paper on her phone, whatever, and like someone comes, it's like she's the godfather. You've come to me. You know, she doesn't even have to
No,
get up. She's just
literally.
like, I feel like she's constantly in the situation. And she says, if it isn't little Jay, risen from the ashes. Um, and Jen, I love that. Jenny goes, I came here to tell you in person that you win. And Blair goes, sweetie, we just started a play. Just so good.
And Blair admits that Jenny put up a good fight, but
Yeah.
it kind of reminded me of this line from Pretty Little Liars when they're talking about A before A, like, puts them away for good or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like they like to cats like to play with their food before they eat it. And
Yes.
that's kind of like Blair's like, I kind of wanted to, like, keep this going because this is now that
Totally.
I'm the one that's winning, it's kind of more fun
Yeah.
before I
Blair's
really
like,
put
it's
you off
fun
the
because I feel like
map.
in the past, Blair was like in competition with Serena, and that never felt good because they were actually best friends. But it's like, if she can be in competition with someone that she feels will never truly catch her, it's like that's the perfect game for Blair.
Right.
And then she can still take credit for whatever Jenny Humphrey becomes because she learned from the best, you know? But Jenny, it's also like, Jenny's like, look, I lied, I stole, I lost the respect of my family to be like you. Like, none of this is worth it. And I'm like, Jenny, would you be having this conversation if your boyfriend had not just been outed as gay and you as a virgin? Like, do you actually think none of it is worth it? Or is it just because you actually lost everything? And now you're like, well, I don't want to have to rebuild. Like, I'm just going to go back to being little J, you know?
Literally. I do wonder that. I do. She is so.
It's like, are you sorry or did you get caught?
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. She says, Blair goes, hope you don't expect a hug. And Jenny says, I don't expect anything anymore.
Okay.
All right. Okay, chill. Get a little dramatic, little J. Jesus.
And so then we go to Brooklyn, and Serena tells Dan, there is just something about that Sarah girl that I do not like. I just don't like it. And I don't need you to ask any follow-up questions. But she kind of
like a feeling.
Does it in a certain light, does it kind of look like her skin glistens? Like, I don't like the skin of a killer or something.
I don't know. I just get this vibe. And Dan's like, come to think of it, your skin
kind of
does the same thing. Dan's like, you said the same thing about Vanessa. Now you guys are literally besties.
like Dan,
so
idiot
dumb.
man.
Literally. And Dan goes, Dan, that's something insane here. It just gets worse and worse. He goes, why are you jealous? She wanted us to get better. And it's like, whoa. First of all, why am I jealous is a crazy question to ask Serena Vanderwoodson. Number 2 is you love it. You want her to be jealous. That's half of this, I believe. Number 3, you've just confessed to Serena that you told Sarah all of your issues. And now Serena knows Georgina knows all of your issues. She has ammunition. And you're like, she wanted us to get better. It's giving the boy best friend. It's like, oh my God, no, I'm so glad you guys worked out your fight.
Exactly.
I heard about it. Obviously, he told me everything. I was up all night on the phone with him. I actually went over there. And I was like, I don't have PJs. And he was like, you can wear a pair of my sweatpants. Like, oh, that's cool. But those are just like mine. I just have like I'm sure you have the same thing. Anyway, he told me everything. I'm just so glad to see you guys like working it out. So things are good? Okay, well, call me later.
I know they were rocky.
Things were a little rocky. And Serena's like, okay. And Serena is mad that Dan told Georgina. And she's like, do not trust her. Just take my word for it. And Dan gets pissed. He's like, you've been hanging out with Chuck. You've been partying. You've been avoiding me and lying. And now you want to tell me who I can and can't trust?
Hey, Dan, relax.
You have some nerve, dude. You have some nerve, gossip girl. Yeah. And then I'm like, Dan actually should be thrown to the gutter and run over with a car. Because he says, well, we all live in Brooklyn, so if you need to catch a cab, you should probably do it here. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, try that again.
Wait.
I know you didn't just say what I think you said. We all live in Brooklyn, so if you need a cab, you should call it here. I'm sorry, that's crazy. If I'm Serena, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I just woke the fuck up. See ya. Like, I'm out. I don't care. Tell Dan I have the skin of a killer. Honestly, please, God, break up with him for me. Make my life easy. I have the ick. I want to see Serena get the ick for Dan.
I feel like she's just I think she has it all the time. She's just in constant denial.
She's also just like such a romantic. She's like, I'm different. And if I'm with Dan, that's proof. And if I'm not with Dan, people are going to say I'm not so different.
They're all starting to leave, and Sarah says, oh, I forgot something. Inside, you guys go up ahead. And she waits till they're at least a little bit farther away.
Yeah,
and she comes and talks to Serena. She's like, oh, that was fun.
She's like, okay, so can we just be done with this now? Let's just go back to how things were. And Serena's like, we're not friends. You can't do that. I don't want to be friends with you. And Georgina's like, Eric was an honest mistake. Which do you think it was?
I do.
I'm like, it could have been.
It definitely, because again, Eric and Asher.
Yeah.
If you're closeted.
Yeah, and Georgina, we did see Georgina.
And Georgina hasn't been around. So it's like, and also.
They were out in public. So it's like, if Georgina doesn't know, she could assume, you know.
Then there was the Gossip Girl blast later that was more so outing Asher. So maybe she was like, oh, right. Like, Eric's out.
And that was the Gossip Girl blast? Yeah, it was. It was before. I know. I'm like, there's a chance. And then Georgina's like, well, maybe I did it on purpose. I don't know. And I'm like, I think now she's just trying to take credit for that. But I think she didn't know, and she just got lucky with a major bomb. But she's like, I know things about you, your family, your boyfriend, and I know them before you do. I'm sorry, that's chilling. That's so
Full
scary.
body chills all
So
over my
scary.
body.
And then Georgina is like, oh, by the way, here's your cab. Bye. And she leaves. Oh my God.
Also,
I'm like, Dan, you didn't
Vanessa
even
is
wait to
in-
see if Serena got in the cab, okay?
Disgusting. Vanessa is also in lime green dunks.
Okay, she loves the Wicked theme shoes. I want to see her one day wearing
One
one lime
pink, one
green
green.
dunk, one hot pink Doc Marten. And she'll be
One
walking
on
with a
each,
limp, but
one
that's
on
okay.
each foot, a different
Yeah.
type of shoe.
Yeah. I feel like she would
Yeah.
do that. I feel like she'd be like,
might.
this is going to be really cool. It's going to be really in a couple years, actually called Fetch in a couple years. This is what this is going to be called. So
we
Rufus and Dan are playing Scrabble.
And I'm like, okay, so did girls' night get canceled? Like, imagine we're watching this scene and instead of Jenny coming, Georgina and Vanessa come from the kitchen with like a bowl of popcorn and like get all like cozy with Rufus.
Oh my God. And Georgina's like, okay, if I can't have her man, I'll have her man's daddy. I'll have Lily's man. Okay. Oh my God, that would be crazy. So Jenny comes home crying.
Wait, what if instead of the Eric, or what if two revelations she did at dinner, what if instead of saying, well, you're with Mr. Bass, like if she saw her and Rufus together earlier in the day, she was like,
she's like, I can't believe you let the groom see you in your wedding dress before the big day.
yes, that would have been really good.
Oh God. Georgina, you should call us. We got tips. We got things for you to know. I mean, Rufus and Lily are so lucky that they're not currently targeted by Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
Because Bart Bass will just have you killed. Bart Bass will just have you thrown in the river. Like, and then that'll be the end of you, Rufus. Big Roo.
Big Roo.
Roo Kachu. Anyway, so Jenny's like, comes home crying, has some nerve, asks if she can join them. And I am like, you're so daddy's little girl and stop pretending you're not. Because Rufus is like, oh, yes, there's always room for you here. I'm like, you big softy.
And she apologizes for everything. And so at the Waldorfs, Serena let up right in the elevator.
Ooh, this is funny. I'm watching this scene and Anthony walks by and he like stops in his tracks to watch the scene. And then he's like, God, that is a great moment. I was like, it's funny.
Wait,
he like
that's
really
Chris Connell
believes
coded.
Gossip Girl is like a great show.
That's
He's
Chris
right.
Connell coded right there.
He literally comes up and he's like, it's a great show. Hey, come watch this. Just come watch this one. I want you to watch just one line of this movie. And 30 minutes later, the line hasn't happened yet.
Well, also, sometimes I'm like, Dad, do you know what a scene of a movie is?
No, he has no idea. He thinks it's the whole thing. He thinks it's the entire movie.
He thinks that like a scene is an act. He's like
the opening credits is scene 1.
What he
the rest
really
of the
means
movie is
like,
scene 2.
And then the credits are scene 3.
Scene 3.
No,
and maybe you get a scene 4.
He's like, act 1 is scene 1, act 2, and act 3. And he's like, that's what he means normally. Is like, come watch the climax of this movie that's an hour long.
Literally. And I'm like, Dad, I can't. It's so classic. Dad, the other day, I was talking about choreographing some other musicals. And he was like, Mom's like, well, it's a lot of gas money and blah, 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 blah. And Dad goes, yeah, but there's something to be said for just bringing you joy, which was like so cute. He goes, you've been really happy. And it was just like, I know, it was very
that's
cute.
Really
and he's like,
cute.
He's like, it brings you joy. There's something to be said for that, which I'm like, is just, adorable.
And I just cracked it. Dad wants you guys to do Annie. So he can be Daddy Warbucks.
He goes, when you do Jesus Christ Superstar, I'll do that one too. I was like, okay, I know you will.
And who does he want to play?
I don't actually know. I think he wants to kind of have it all.
Wait, oh my gosh. Little Lake does a one-man production of Jesus Christ Superstar.
Exactly.
Played by Chris Connell.
He hasn't been in a show since he was young, but don't forget that he has been in a show. Okay, it's important to know. Anywho, okay, so Serena is like so upset. This is such an iconic show. She comes in, she looks like literally so
really like dejected.
Like white in the face, like, oh my God, we've never seen her like this. And Blair's like, what the fuck? It's like super late. She knows Serena was coming again.
It's almost like the mask has fallen and I'm seeing a different kind of skin tone from her.
Blair's like, wait a minute, get under the light. Serena. Serena, I hate to break it to you, but look in the mirror. And Serena's like, no, I've been trying to hide it. I killed someone.
She like barely.
Blair's like, you can tell me anything.
Blair's being really sweet in this scene.
Blair's so sweet. And Serena's like, no, I can't because it would involve you. And Blair says, you're my family. We're sisters. What is you is me. There's nothing you could ever say to make me let go. Which, like, these girls do just, I mean, mostly Blair proves that time and time again. Like, they'll play and they'll play hard and they'll play dirty. But, like, at the end of the day,
for sure,
Blair's not going to not show up for you.
Yeah.
So Serena goes, I killed someone. And the music starts, and it just like it hits hard. And Blair, and it zooms out on them sitting on the steps, and Blair's a penthouse.
You can
apartment.
almost see Blair like kind of recoil.
Blair's like, exactly. Like you just watch the, like, it just hangs there. Neither one of them says anything, and it zooms out. Oh, I literally can't wait for the meeting of the minds next episode, because it literally is like, it's like Annalise Keating shows up with her team, and she's like, interns, I need you to find blah blah blah.
And then she dials a number. Olivia Pope shows up.
Exactly. And we're like, oh my God, this is the crossover episode we actually did know we needed.
Why is hey Shonda? Why didn't we ever do that? I mean, I know that's like Chicago, like those shows do the crossover, but like why didn't we ever have?
Good question.
All right, you guys. Next week, season 1, episode 17, Woman on the Verge. Serena's old habits return, but when she eventually reveals her secret to her friends, they put their differences aside as they try to help her. However, Dan is not told the truth about what is going on, so he begins to assume the worst about his girlfriend. He does that every episode.
Yeah, what else is
Elsewhere, Rufus's band is invited to play at a concert sponsored by Rolling Stone, but Lily is the last person he expects to run into there.
Why? She's a regular old groupie.
True.
True. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening. As always, if you want this with video and without ads, you can go to our Patreon. Check that out. We love you so much. Next week, we'll have a couple episodes. I am moving this weekend, so can everybody please wish me luck? And but get this, our movers canceled on us today, 3 days before, because of the draft. They're scheduled to come Saturday. They canceled.
The draft that, number one, isn't happening anywhere near where you live, but also that has been scheduled for the past decade.
Yes. Yes. So we had to Anthony had to scramble and find new movers to come on Sunday now. And he thank God he did. But literally what do you mean you're canceling 3 days before?
Because of this.
And also what if we had to be out that day and we couldn't find anybody?
Also how do you decide today? The draft starts tomorrow. It's all anybody is talking about right now.
Isn't that crazy? I know.
That makes no sense.
I know. So anyway, it's going to be a long week and a half, but once May is here, I'm in the clear. And that's a rhyme. So you know it's true. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We love you so much, and we will see you next week. And I'm a New Yorker. Here's my life.
And Splat.
Phoebe hates my guts tonight.